too? To sync your camera? Oh no, you don't use a mic, huh? That. Yeah, to sync the audio. And
I do. Oh, it's cool, man.
It's cool, right? It doesn't feel like, oh shit. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's another thing that I learned. I would have never figured out, or I would have had so much problems. Is I clap because you see it did these lines, and that's so I can line up the audio and the video. Because without those lines, I couldn't match them exactly. Yeah.
Because you're like, I need to wait till I say the certain word, like "damn, dude," and then you're waiting the whole time. But if you just do the,
you know exactly how to line them up. Yeah.
Cool.
Damn, dude.
Okay, let me make sure I got my shit ready.
How do I adjust my own volume if I want to?
Yeah. So you are your mic volume would be this one.
Okay.
This is probably gonna be okay. If anything, you just want to adjust your.
I was thinking the headphone.
volume.
Yeah.
This is it.
Top left.
Oh, that wasn't me.
That's
this
you.
This is
it's on
you,
the bottom left. Cool.
That's you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I know how to adjust it, right? Well, I'll just do it in a second.
Yeah. It's a little loud.
Just a tiny. No, it's not too bad. It's just I've never.
Hello. All right. Cool. So.
Mic check.
Alrighty.
Cool.
So. Let's start right there. All right. Okay. What up, everybody? Welcome to the Daaaamn Duuuude podcast.
Damn, dude.
And today we got a real special guest in the house. Like I've said before, everybody that's a guest on this show is very specifically hand chosen and here on purpose for very specific reasons, because they are people of great contribution and lead and live life by example. So who I have in the house today is my man Diego Guerrera, owner of Onyx Audio. Whoa, that was bad.
Sometimes
Onyx
we do
Auto. Fuck. All right. But no. So why I really want Diego here, really why I want you here, just for me to talk to the listeners real quick, is because Diego you are one of the most hardworking people who is so fucking like clean cut with the way you do things, the way you are, the way you manage, so organized, so disciplined, and at the same time, such a free spirit. Like somebody who's as disciplined as you are, it blows my mind that you do shit like just go fucking camping with just a fucking, like, oh, I'm just gonna bring my fucking blanket and sleep wherever the fuck I can. So I think it's so dope because you are a prime example of somebody that does what they want to do. And despite whoever fucking says what about it, you're going to do what you're going to do. And you do it with respect and you do it with the goodness of your heart. So that's really why I want you here. And I appreciate you being here. And your time is valuable. And I know that and I respect that. So I'm very grateful to have you here. So welcome.
Thank you, Calvin.
Yes, thank you, bro. Hell yeah, man. So, dude, first of all, where can people find you on social media?
Cool. So that's actually a great question, because that's really cool. Because when I do collabs with people too, for example, this podcast, I'm gonna shout you out too. So without further ado, my biggest following is Instagram. We hit 12,300 people the past 2 weeks.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. And, basically, I guess I'll just talk about how I did that. It's just I've been detailing for a long time.
Oh, what's the name, though?
So the name is Onyx.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I forgot to say that part. Yeah. Onyx on Instagram.
Yep.
And, where do you want me to... Or what do you want me to talk about? What do you want to talk about today?
Oh, well, I just wanted to be able to plug your shit real quick,
no,
really.
Of course.
Just so people can go follow you. Is that Onyx Auto?
Yeah, it's Onyx Auto. It's ONIXAUTO.
Boom. There we go.
Thank
go look
you.
that up. Yep. And my man's killing it on TikTok, too.
Yes, TikTok
for
as well.
Detailers, holy shit, bro. So we're gonna really get into this. It's kind of funny that we're like going through this. I realize it's a little awkward because we're trying to do formalities and we're not really like that with each other.
No, we're not.
Like, all right, bro. So I'm just trying to set this up a little bit for people to kind of have some context, you know.
Thank you.
So I suppose that's enough being weird. Like we can just.
No, it's not weird. I just want to say one thing, Calvin. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah,
this is
bro.
my first podcast, everybody.
Okay.
So for me. This isn't always who I am, and definitely not. Calvin is always cool, so I can tell he's used to the podcast. But for me, it's like there's like a light in my eyes, which I know we need to film this, but I'm just like, okay, where's my mind gonna go?
Right. Oh yeah. No, bro, don't even worry. We're just here to have fun, man. And you know, it's like every time we just kick it and fucking talk about stuff, brilliant shit comes out of it, you know? So like, I guess really where I kind of wanted to like, I guess where we're kind of take this is like, let me say this first. There's something that you told me before that was so fucking sick that blew my mind. And I've never heard anybody say this before. And I don't even remember if you remember telling me this, but it was, we had just got done surfing and you told me something like, man, it was my dream since I was like 6 years old or something to own a business. And I was like, whoa, like, really? And you're like, yeah, bro, like, it's just always been so fucking cool to me. Like, where did that come from? Like, what is, you know what I'm talking about? Like, what's that story?
I do know what you're talking about. And by the way, we've had some of the best conversations while surfing or after, like just talking for hours afterwards. To answer your question, it's like this. Okay. Both my parents are immigrants. And for them, especially my dad, I'll just talk about my dad because it's easier for me to talk about him. He came from Italy. And over there, and I think that's the thing for like a lot of third world countries, is if you want to get rich, or not even rich, if you just want to like get by and not have to worry so much about eating or having food, like you're gonna have to do some kind of hustle. Mm-hmm. So for me, both my parents were entrepreneurs. I never saw them have a job ever. They always like had their own businesses. So for me, it's like I just wanted to replicate that because that's all I knew.
Wow, man, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like, would they encourage you to like work for yourself, or was it just kind of something? It was like they left it up to you to do what you want, or for like you to choose, you know, or did they push you towards that?
So yes and no. Well, let me say this. I had to work in their store since I was like a kid. I'd be doing like Little League, and then afterwards I'd still be wearing my Little League uniform. And I go to their store with like a towel and just like wipe all the shelves. They had like beauty salons and stuff like that. And I'll never forget this. I remember something looking back, Calvin. I'm happy that we're talking about this. Because sometimes, unless somebody says something, you don't have a certain memory. I remember like this is something that happened to me a lot while growing up. Other kids would Other kids would always make fun of me, and I at the time I was like, and I'm still this way. I'm like, remember I used to like I'm such a free spirit, which I appreciate the introduction. And by the way, I already feel way more comfortable now, just because it's the headphones, which I love, and like this feels like it is a real podcast, you know. But once you put the headphones on, it's so weird to like hear the echo.
Yeah, no, it's a little nerve wracking, and
it's a little
just
bit
different.
Yeah, it's like the first time I was in the military. I remember when you talk on the radio, like you hear yourself on the radio, you're like, oh shoot, like everyone's listening to me. But back to what I was saying, it's like other kids were making fun of me because I'd be in like Little League, right? Mm-hmm. And they'd be like, so you're wiping the shelves? I was like, yeah, but I'm making 25 cents right now, an hour. Yeah. And like, that's when like I was 6, you know what? I was like over 20 years ago. I'm like 21 years to be exact ago. And I'll never forget, but I was like, bro, but I'm making money right now. Yeah. And I was 6 years old. So, you know, I guess that's where it just came from.
Wow. Dude, that's fucking awesome. So like, oh, that's so cool, man. That's such a unique experience, you know, like not a lot of people really ever understand that or get to experience that, or, you know, or I also see a lot of people get trapped in it. I've met kids
what do you mean by that?
Kind of like for example, I've known kids where their parents owned a store and the kids just kind of didn't know anything other than working and the rules at the store and the shop, and that was it. And they kind of didn't have any other experiences. Like, well, fuck, like I don't really know anything else, so this is just what I guess I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. And it's not really like a powerful decision. It's just kind of like, well, it's here, so you know, like I'll just kind of roll with it.
No, I understand. That's very well said, by the way. So yeah, I mean that's something that I had to learn on my own. What I mean is that I hit burnout running my own business because my parents, did they say you have to have your own business? No, but they encouraged it. They set very, very high standards for me and my little brother. They always held us to like the highest standards. I feel like almost me more. Like no disrespect to my brother, but I was older. I was the oldest brother. I was the oldest one. I was the first. I was the first one, so that I felt like I always had like to set the bar. Not even just for me, but I felt like they were like, "Hey, you have to like have the bar," and then your little brother needs to like look up to you.
Yeah.
But that's a big thing that I want your listeners to hear is that you have to have a work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents' work-life balance doesn't exist. It's 7 days a week, 24/7. My dad's 75 right now, and he still works every day, including Sundays.
Damn.
Even if it's just like things like, okay, I'm gonna go on Craigslist and I'm gonna like do a hustle.
Yeah.
And like I love that about my dad, but at the same time, like Dad, like you just gotta. It keeps him alive, but I'm like, Dad, like, but then you try to make me do that, and I don't operate the same way as you. I need at least one day off, preferably 2 a week, and then those other 5-6 days, I'm hustling really, really hard.
Yeah. Wow, bro. See, this is an interesting thing. The whole work-life balance thing, I totally get what you're saying. I have an interesting take on that because
Please.
It's really weird. For me, how do I even say this? If you were to just kind of ask me without any thought, I would say work-life balance is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So now at the same time, that's not to invalidate everything you just shared with me. So my point is that the way I believe that we should do things is not necessarily from a work-life balance, but live a way where our work doesn't even feel any different from our real life, and our real life doesn't feel any different from our work. Sort of like there's a quote, I can't remember exactly. I'm really fudging this quote, but it's something along the lines of like, a person of real fulfillment, you cannot tell when they're working or playing. See, I'm butchering that, but that was how I take it, you know? And I was kind of like, well, shit, hold on a second. If we really love what we're doing, then it's not really like, oh, I gotta go to work. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
shit, like I'm going. And you get what I'm saying?
No,
like,
of course.
So I think for me too, I'm just kind of big on the exact wordage I use for the picture I'm trying to paint. So I don't know. I completely agree with you, and at the same time, I think it's just the phrase I don't really like. Does that make any sense?
The phrase work-life balance?
Yeah. It's just one of those things that kind of like sits with me. Like, I totally understand it, and yeah, I do agree that we need to fucking delegate time to relax, delegate time to, like work hard and all of those sorts of things, you know? I don't know. That's just kind of.
And you're completely entitled to your opinion.
Yeah.
For me, I actually love that phrase.
Yeah.
Because,
Awesome. No, this is cool. I love this. Opposing opinions is awesome. This is perfect.
Cool. No, I'm good. Thank you for letting me talk about this, because for me, I love it. I love that phrase. I used to not like it.
Okay, awesome. No, see, this is cool. I want to learn why and how it works for you, because you clearly do what the fuck you love to do. So, the more I can fucking gain perspective, like,
of course. I mean, that's why we're both here to learn. I'm learning from you, and hopefully, there's some takeaway for you as well, and like, of course, your listeners, which we appreciate.
Yeah,
because that's cool that people are taking their time out of their day, or even if they're just multitasking, like we're in their mind, With that being said, Calvin, the reason I love the phrase work-life balance, because I didn't have that before. The first couple years when I started my business, I started in 2010. And then I joined the military. I started before I even joined the military. Like, I started in high school. And then after high school, after I had been in the military, because I was in the military reserves.
Detailing cars, right?
Yes.
I was going to ask you that, actually.
Sure.
Your first business was detailing cars?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the only reason I'm giving this backstory is so it can get to the work-life balance. But long story short, at about, I don't know, like 21, 20-ish, around that time, a couple years into the business, I had no work-life balance. I was going 30 days straight, 90 days straight. And I was like you. I was like, well, screw work-life balance. Like, I don't need that. Like, I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
And I literally thought like I didn't need a day off. But then I kind of got burnt out. It wasn't the labor. It was the mental part. I was like, bro, I put so much like thought. And like, I don't think anybody else can really understand what it's like to start a business from the ground up unless they've done it before.
Yeah.
Just like, for example, I know you recently had a kid, and I see my friends have kids, and I see how much like work it takes to like raise a kid, but I have no idea. And I'm honestly scared to have kids one day. Hopefully one day I'll have the opportunity. But the point is that you don't really know until it's like you're in that situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, absolutely.
Yeah, so I burnt out. But luckily, what I learned, and I actually saw like a college counselor on this, and I was like, "Look, bro, like I'm not depressed, I'm not anxious, any of that stuff. I'm like, I literally just need help with one thing. And it's like, what is it? And like, this is like, one of those like, one of those like psychologists on campus. And I was like, wow, they have this on campus? Like, and like, they're like, that $90 health fee you pay? I'm like, yeah, like that goes towards this. I'm like, oh that's what that health fee's for. Like, stuff like this. So let me take advantage. I mean, to me, I didn't care that they charged the 19, but it was just cool that we have that resource. So I literally told the gentleman, I forget his name, but I told the gentleman, I was like, look, sir, like literally I'm not anxious. I'm not depressed, but like I'm burnt out. And I told him everything I'm doing. I'm like, oh, I'm in the Marine Corps Reserves. I'm going to college full time, taking 12 or 13 units, and I have a full time company. He's like, wow. He's like, that's a lot. And I was like, oh, for me, it's like normal. And then he's like, well, what's your work life balance? Like, what's your schedule? I'm like, well, it's like 670s a week on. And he's like, wow. He's like, I think, did you just hear what you said? And I was like, what? He's like, you don't have any time off. That's why you got burnt out. And I was like, oh. But sometimes you need to talk about things,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, and I want the listeners to hear this too. You got to be careful about who you share certain things with, because not everyone's your friend. I hate to say this, but it's true. But somebody like Calvin, I trust, so I could tell him anything, and I know he's not going to use it against me. But with this counselor, I had to get open and tell him like, hey man, I need like some kind of work-life balance, and he helped me get there.
Yeah. Dude, that's killer, man. That's powerful. I think it's so important to, for one, recognize when you're fucking when you're starting to burn out, when you're feeling it, when, it's like, obviously the more you can catch it before it happens, the better, And I think what's really important, and especially when it comes to like young men in particular, is it's not the regular thing or the normal thing to go and ask for help. It's kind of like to more just like tough it out and like not say shit about it. And I think like I'm big on this, like being vulnerable is such a strength and a power, because it allows access to like people helping you and, getting carried up to the next level and progressing in life,
So with that being said, no, you're right. That's definitely a true thing. Young men in general around the world, because I like to travel a lot. So, and I know Calvin likes to travel too. One thing I notice is, of course, men in general, young men, old men, whatever, we don't like to admit when you need help. But at the same time, it's like this. I'll just talk about me personally as a man. I have no problem asking for help.
Yeah.
But I do most things myself, So, for example, let's say, this is a great example. This is my first podcast. I have no problem admitting my vulnerabilities. Like, hey, Calvin, I do my own marketing for my auto detailing company. However, I need help, like with this podcast. Like you guide me, because this is not just your podcast, but this is my first podcast, and I don't mind, because like I'm so confident, like in myself, that I can admit like I need help.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and BS your listeners and you, not just my friend, but also the host of the show, that like I don't have a problem admitting that. However, but if it's something like I can't think of an example right now, but the point is, if it's something else, like, okay, let's say, something simple that I should know, like everybody should know, something like that, like you should figure that out yourself. Oh, easy. Like, hey, Calvin, like I'm having trouble making it through work, and like I'm only working like, a normal job, and nothing wrong with this, but I'll just talk about like something really fast as an example. Like, I'm a 7-Eleven, cash register person. Like I have trouble like making it through work. And it's like, well, dude, like you got to suck it up. Like you got to be a man or a woman, and you got to suck it up, because you got to pay your bills. You know what I mean? Like that. Right. I know that's like such a random example, but I think people will understand this. Is like, you got to just make it through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for me, like sometimes I felt bad for myself. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta work all those hours. But then I quickly, and that's one thing that I hope people can hear, is that, you gotta quickly shake it off. There's a lot of lazy people out there, which, some people, that's just what you want to do. But for me, like, I don't hang out with people like that.
Right. Totally. Yeah, man. Like what I hear within what you're saying is like a big thing is context, and it's like how we can create what we're doing and interpret it to ourselves. One of my things that one of my mentors says a lot, David Meltzer, is like, he's gone through and simplified like all the actions in his life. And he basically uses taking out the trash as an example. He was like, that was my least favorite chore, to take out the trash. I'd rather do anything than take the trash out. And he looked at it as like, well, hold on a second. He changed it to, I get to take the trash out. Like, look at all the things we consumed and used that equaled this trash. Look at the opportunity I get. How many times are like my kids jumping on my legs and this and that, and it's like I don't get to rest. I have all these businesses going on. You know, when I take out the trash, that's actually a solid 2 minutes. I'm fully by myself where that's me time. I can skip to the trash can. I can fucking spin in circles, run, dance. I could fucking ride a skateboard. However the fuck I want to do it. That's my time, and nobody can really tell me anything because I'm taking the trash out. It's like, you know, I get to do this. I get to have this time. Like, wow. Yeah.
Thank you, Calvin, because I looking back on it, that was just a random 7-Eleven example, but that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Is that like, for example, it's the laziness. I hate, that's such a strong word, but I have to use it. I really don't like laziness.
Yeah.
And all my mentors are the same way. Like, I have amazing mentors.
How come? What is it about it? I was actually talking about laziness the other day, so this is
because you can control it for the most part.
Whoa.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, wow, bro, that's crazy. So, fuck, that just really cracked my brain open. Like, it's like, because you can control it, but at the same time, like, so many people, like, let it consume them, and that's such an out of control. Like, you're really out of control when laziness takes over and consumes. And
like, I can be lazy, and so can you. But then we, you know, at least for me, I'll just talk about me. Like, I can like be like, dude, I'm tired of being lazy, man. I got to get back like in the gym. I'm not looking so good. Like, I haven't been focusing on my business. I haven't been the best boyfriend. But it's a control thing, and not everyone realizes that because their mind is probably too closed.
Yeah.
You have to like, and for me and you, and that's why I love like hanging out with you and talking with you, because we travel. When you travel, that's like way better than having a degree.
Bro, look what I got on the list to talk about.
Good. No, it's good.
That's exactly traveling. Yeah. No, I fucking love that, bro. Let me check the time on us real quick.
Sure.
Okay, cool. We got about 4 minutes before we take a break here. Yeah, man. Wow, bro. There's so many ways we could just take all this. Like, we kind of just unpacked a lot of stuff here. Okay. So this is cool because people are obviously hearing what you're saying and hearing what we're saying, and we're painting a picture. So just to kind of help paint this picture a little better for people, like, what type of student were you in school growing up? Like, what was your relation to like school coming up?
I didn't like school.
Yeah. Were you able to do it, or
I knew
was
it was
like
important.
hard?
It was very hard. I knew it was important. And I'm trying really hard not to like copy what Gary Vee says, because I like to be original. But it's just nice to know that he felt the same way as me. And I'm sure there's other people out there, including your listeners and maybe you as well, Calvin, that feel the same way. But long story short is with school, I knew it was important. I did really well in, like, I don't know, elementary school. But it was like about high school and college. Like, it was so hard for me. I was like I had like a 3.0 or like a 3.2, whatever. Definitely never like, maybe I got honors like one time, like one semester or whatever. But the thing with school, like, let me just talk about college. When I got to Grossmont College, which is where I got my associates in Spanish, I had a really hard time. For example, business. When I had the associates in business, and then I took like 1 or 2 years off, and I went back. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get a bachelor's. And I was at Grossmont, and I was taking the business classes, and this is where it dawned on me that maybe school wasn't, well, this particular form of school, like the typical education system, wasn't for me, because I had the students after class asking me questions about like how to do business, or during class, and I knew more than the professor. And I know, like, it sounds like kind of like a cocky thing to say, but it's true. I was making more than the professor was with my own business. And she asked, like, well, how much do you make a day? I was like, 1,000 a day. And the whole class like, oh shit. and like, you know, there are like, some of them like are in debt, you know, just even though it's community college. And then I quickly realized like that school wasn't really for me. And that's when I started to realize, and now, and maybe we can talk about this in the second half, but now like I teach classes. I think it's more important for entrepreneurs to go through school. Of course, I think K-12 is very important. Mathematics, know your basics of history. But then after, you should try college. You should definitely try it. You might excel, and maybe getting that master's degree, bachelor's, PhD, whatever, like that always is a good thing.
Yeah.
However, if you're an entrepreneur or you're looking that way, for example, if you want to be a barber, go to barber school. Don't go to college. Go straight to barber school. hustle. If you, because that's the biggest thing with being an entrepreneur, it comes down like the hunger. So hustle, go to barber school, and I trust you. Trust me that it used to be 5,000. I think it's like 20 or 25,000. That is so much more worth it to go out there and then be able to make $300 to $500 a cash.
Dude. Yeah, no, bro.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
You'll be making more than most people that get that associates or bachelor's, and plus you're gonna love what you're gonna do. However, the biggest thing is that you'd have to have that desire to be the barber. Don't just do a barber because you heard that on this show or just like your brother told you to be a barber. You have to like want it, you know?
That's important, bro. That is so important, man. That's gold right there.
Damn, dude.
Rewind that back if you missed that. That's
Sure.
gold, man. And it's funny that you say barber too, because actually being a barber was something I wanted to be.
Me too.
As a profession. That's awesome.
It's like the cool thing in our generation right now, by the way. The past like
true.
10 years. I got a haircut yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, this is a big opportunity. I didn't get it just for the show.
Right.
But honestly, so I do a little bit of videography it started with my own marketing company, but when I say marketing company, like my own detail company, every company I think should be a marketing company.
Yeah.
But
Damn, dude.
yeah,
That's game right there.
That's another one. But what do you call it? I grew up here in Alpine. I'm from Alpine. We get my haircut in El Cajon, and like the barbers, and it's the same thing for women. The hair salons, like they're their own little businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also, people look up to you. You set the trends. The barbers, I remember growing up, like, you know, I'm from Alpine. I have no problem admitting, like, I spent most of my life living and growing up in El Cajon. I didn't realize that maybe it was a little bit, I hate to say this, but it's a little bit ghetto.
Yeah.
But I would look up to the barbers as like a young man, like a teenager, you know, in 1920. I'd be like, dude, because they would have the best clothes.
Oh yeah. That's
So they
true.
set the trends. With that
that's
being
very true.
Yeah. So with that being said, like, that's why I always thought barbering was so sick, because like and here's the other thing, especially when you grow up in like Alpine, El Cajon, when you see someone making like, you know, you give them like the $20, $25, but then they always like would pull out, like you give them the money and then they always have wads of cash. And I was like, oh shit, like this is pretty cool. I think that's why it's so enticing. I don't know about you, but that's just my little takeaway. They look dope. They had the best clothes, and they always had like freaking wads of cash. And I was like, dude, that looks like a good job. You know?
That's killer. Yeah.
And that's what I think I love about detailing too, is like we get paid a lot of cash.
Yeah.
I hope the IRS is listening.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I pay my taxes.
Right.
But that I love it because, like, dude, cash is king.
Yeah. No, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
And it's not like, I want to explain one thing. Cash is king, not because like I was literally joking about the IRS. I literally paid my taxes. But cash is king because I do sometimes. For example, let's say you go buy, I don't know, a motorcycle, because I know both you and I love motorcycles.
Yeah.
Let's say you see a motorcycle, and I actually learned this from the CEO of Chemical Guys, who's the biggest detailing supplier company in all of California, multi-million-dollar company. The owner told us during the class, you'll never believe this. This is something they'll never teach you in college. This is why I think trade schools are so important for someone that wants to be an entrepreneur, or just someone in general. Even if you work a 9 to 5, be the best at your job. If you're a plumber, be the best plumber out there. Like, take pride in what you do.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what? With that, we're gonna take a quick break real
Sure.
fast. We're gonna be right back. We'll pick up on this 1 second here.
Damn, dude.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for holding tight there. So jumping back into this, I kind of want to, with the whole barber thing, I was just gonna kind of share my little story with that real quick, because it kind of is funny. Like, for me, growing up in Asian community, having the fucking perfect
Now you just brought up another
haircut,
good
the
point.
Dragon Ball haircut, it was like,
And I want to get into that, dude.
Oh my
What you just
God.
said.
dude. So I'll just tell us real quick, and then whatever.
No,
yeah.
please. You tell it, and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking.
Oh, whoa, hold on. Are we cut off here? Shit. I think it's working though. Hold on. Say something in your mic real quick, bro.
Hello.
Okay, cool. It's on there. That was weird. Anyway, sorry.
It's because it looks red.
Yeah, well, there's supposed to be 2 of them running. It'll work out. It's fine. So sorry. So to me, like, yeah, it dictated the styles and all of this. And I remember for me, I was one of the first kids in my school to dye my hair and spike it in elementary school, because I saw my uncle do it. And I was like, that was the coolest thing ever. People made fun of me so fucking hard for like 2 weeks. And then the next week, everybody's got the same fucking haircut. And I was like, yo, what happened to how lame I was and all of that? Like, what the fuck, bro? So that kind of, I was like, yo, like, haircuts have a lot to do with, like, it tells a lot about a person. I was like, whoa, you can identify a gang member with certain haircuts. You can tell rank, you can tell status, you can tell all these different things. You can tell where they're from, who they're affiliated with, just by a haircut. And then, like, same thing, you could tell somebody who's about their business, somebody who's, you know, looks like they're a surfer. Like, your hair says a lot. And for me, kind of having an entrepreneur brain, I was like, yo, if I'm gonna be a barber, because I was already cutting friends' hair and shit, I'm gonna go be a celebrity barber. Like, that was my plan, was like, yo, I'm gonna just charge fucking $800 haircuts, $1,000 haircuts. And this was like in the 90s, I was thinking this, you know, so now it'd probably be even more. But like, that was my idea and where I wanted to take that. So, you know, it's kind of funny that haircuts is what got brought up, you know.
Well, it's good that you talked about that, because we both have that in common. I didn't even know that till you brought that up.
Yeah.
We both thought that. But what I just wanted to say, is I was listening to your whole point, but it was really resonating in my head, is like, you brought something up that like is really, really crucial and nobody talks about this. Mm-hmm. It has to do with ethnicity. Yeah. You grew up in the Asian community. I grew up, my dad's full-blooded Italian. My mom is white. I grew up in Alpine. I grew up in a white community. Mm-hmm. I think that has a lot to do with how you see the world, and nobody's talking about this, and it needs to be talked about.
Fuck yeah, bro. Dude, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Absolutely, man. Man, there's so many ways we can go with that. Like, so it's interesting. Like, for me, growing up in Miramar, like, what resonates with me first with you saying that is, like, it was really diverse here. And me, I'm half Chinese and half Norwegian, but I get considered a white guy, like, just by the way I look. But it's interesting because, like, I was in my position, I always felt never Asian enough and never white enough and never, I'm just like, I don't have a fucking, like, my ethnicity is not even identified.
Latinos tell me all that all the time in America. They're like, I don't feel Latino enough, but I'm not white. Like, I'm confused.
Right. Yeah. It's like, where do I fucking stand? You know, and many other cultures and ethnicities experience that too. And it's
every single ethnicity in America feels the same way about that, for sure. Yeah. And I think this is what I wanted to say about it, Calvin, is like, thank you for sharing with me that you felt that way. Like, I didn't know that Asians feel like I'm not Asian enough, but I'm American. What I'm trying to say here is the fact that depending on how you grow up is how you interact with people. You can change that, but for example, I grew up where everyone kind of trusts each other. But I've noticed once I hit high school, because this is an outbound, once I hit high school, like, people that grew up in maybe some rougher parts of San Diego, they don't trust anybody and they interact with people differently. So I think that when I went to high school, it was the first time, and I have no problem admitting this, is the first time I went to school with black kids, Middle Eastern kids, white kids, and Mexicans. Before that, I was basically a couple of Mexicans, maybe like, bro, in my middle school, I can't believe this. At the time, it was normal. There's like 1,000 kids there, right? Yeah. There was like 3 black kids.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I mean? So, like, it was all white kids. And, like, some people, if you've never interacted with another race, it could be the vice versa. If you grew up black and there's 1,000 black kids and 3 white kids, when you interact with white people later on in life, you might not know how to do it. And in business, it's really important that you can engage everybody. Yeah. I mean, it's not even like, it's so obvious, like, treat everybody equally. But, like, bro, certain people, like, for example, like, I excel dealing with white people. I just do, because I can relate. Yeah. And my new thing now is, like, I'm teaching classes to Latinos. I do really well with Latinos. But I'm lacking, and I can admit it, I'm maybe lacking with connecting with my Middle Eastern and my black audience, just because, like, I can treat them respectfully, no problem. But, like, there's certain ways that you could literally get black clients and Middle Eastern clients.
Yeah, there's literally statistics, analytics, all
but
about
nobody's talking about this.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And, you know, honestly, that's why I feel like I have a place to even create this podcast, is because I was fortunate enough to grow up with different race families where I was so tight. Like, literally, I grew up with a black family and a Peruvian family and a Filipino family and Mexican, multiple, actually. But with my black family I grew up with, we were so tight. Literally, I would get spankings and shit from my friend's mom and my
that's good,
neighbor.
though.
Yeah, it was good.
But that goes to show how much like they looked at you like a family member.
No,
Like,
absolutely.
they were disciplining you.
Yeah, no, and it went the same way. Like my parents gave my best friend fucking spankings too, and
Wow.
we went to our other friend's house, and they were Peruvian. Same thing. It was like got my fucking ear yanked more times than I can count, and like doing it, and catch a slipper and all of that shit. Like I was very fortunate to grow up with all these different ethnicities and families, and eating their food and being submerged in the culture and just being accepted. That it was really like, holy shit, like I have a really, really interesting perspective that a lot of people don't really get to experience what I experienced. And I was like, whoa, hold on a second. Like, this is really unique and cool. Like, I didn't even realize like just my upbringing had so much diversity in it. And then I look back too, like I grew up in my neighborhood. This is where I grew up, where we're at here. And when I was growing up, literally we would be like 30 to 50 kids deep playing in the street, all different colors. Everybody's.
I love that. That's good.
Bro, it was crazy. It was just kind of like, and actually what's interesting is like even my group of friends in high school, what kind of made us all bond was because we were all a different ethnicity. Like literally not one of us were like the same ethnicity. And then we would all crack on each other. We had racist jokes for days and we would just fucking say them in the open. We didn't give a fuck. Like times are different now, but like it was out of love and it was out of connection and it was kind of out of more like curiosity, like it was kind of like, I remember, like people would make fun of my black friend and be like, oh, what's with fried chicken? And he'd be like, actually, this is why, because it's so bomb, because this, and this. And I'm like, oh shit, well, like, why do you Asians like rice so much? And I'm like, well, we just fucking do. Like, have you ever tried it with this and this? And it was kind of like the way we would make fun of each other to like learn more about it. It was really like back ass words, but like
No, but I understand for sure, dude.
It
Makes
just,
sense.
Yeah,
You can teach each
cool.
other about each other's cultures.
Exactly, and we just kind of had fun doing it, like. So so that kind of ties into another thing that you had brought up earlier, which is traveling. Like, to me, traveling is one of the, like talking about like growing up in your neighborhood and that's what you experience, that's what like the small town trap is a real fucking trap if you do not get out and you do not experience life outside of your town, your state, your country. Oh my goodness, dude, like it breaks my heart when people tell me they've never gone anywhere. Like I just feel so like, oh, like I feel it hurts my feelings. Like when I hear that, I'm like, dude, like, can you imagine if you literally just went to one state over? Like one town over already is so much different than the next, like fuck, go walk around Logan compared to Mira Mesa to Alpine to fucking Carlsbad. Like, holy shit, like we're in 100% different places in all of these places, like.
And they're all like within 10 miles of each other.
Exactly. We're all the same people and stuff, but it's like we're completely different. East County is not the same as the beach people and the people down south are not the same as the, it's like we're all so different just in the same place. So it's interesting. So with traveling is what you brought up earlier. Dude, traveling, I've learned more than fucking anything, bro. Like what are some lessons and observations that like you've taken from traveling that you've been able to apply to real life and business and even deeper than business? I don't even want to say business because it's like your entire heart is invested in it and your life. I don't even like I feel like saying, oh, your business like minimizes what you really do. Does that make sense? Like it's like deeper than that. It's like your life is invested into it. And it's like,
it's a lifestyle.
Entirely, bro.
For example, like I'm wearing Ceramic Pro because I take so much pride that I have like this exclusive ass product.
Yeah, and you got your own company on your hat
and
too.
Then my company,
Onyx Auto,
my
like
hat, yeah,
that's
like
fucking
this is
awesome.
just how I dress at work during this podcast. I go on a date with my girlfriend like this. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, it just becomes a lifestyle. So you asked about traveling. I'm so happy we got into this topic.
Oh yeah.
Here's a great example. Back to like how I grew up. If you stay in Alpine, you could easily become the coolest kid in Alpine really easily.
Oh, I love this.
You see what I'm going here? Yeah, like really easy. Yep.
And hold up, just for Alpine, really.
I know Southeast Dago.
That's really Southeast. Like,
kind of
to the maximum.
Yeah, I mean, physically on the map, yes.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, wouldn't
It's
Southeast?
pretty close to the border. And
Oh
all
my
that,
god,
but,
yeah. But when I think Southeast, I don't know. I think of like Chula Vista.
Kind of like for me, it's like
definitely East
city.
End,
Yeah, oh yeah, like yeah, that's for sure. I was gonna say Southeast people call it would be like Valencia Park, like Lincoln Park, like kind of in the hood there in Canto,
No,
Oak
for
Park,
sure.
like all of that type of shit.
But it's funny
like,
though, because literally on a map,
Mesa.
Alpine is like super southeast San Diego.
right, no.
But southeast San Diego isn't.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Is that-
when we're
is that-
talking about
yeah,
that's not
yeah,
the same thing.
Like, for example, I could drop $100 in Alpine and be there in the morning. You drop $100 in like Barrio Logan and
Just
it's gone
gone.
within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
No offense to everybody in Barrio Logan, but you know it's true.
Yeah, no, that's
You
just
know
not
it's true.
lasting.
You know? But so anyway, you can become very, very popular in your small town. However, and this is like my new like ideologically, I can't even pronounce
Ideology?
it. Thank you. Ideology. There's certain words in English I just can't say right. Ideology is like, I don't want to be the coolest kid in Alpine or San Diego. Like, I'm trying to, like, if you're gonna do something, in my case, like, be, you know, a professional. Basically, what I do, Calvin, is like we professionally like polish cars with like machine buffers, and we put on this new stuff called ceramic coating. I don't want to be the best one in Alpine. That's really easy. Like the best in the world.
Fuck yeah, bro. Oh my god, I love
Damn,
this.
dude.
You got to set the bar really high. And like, I'm not kidding. Like, I know, like, I'm in the top 1% of what I do. And that's one thing that everybody that's listening to this can relate to, is like, whatever it is that you're doing, whether, you know, you work at McDonald's, you have your own business, you're in construction, a doctor, lawyer, whatever it is you're doing, if you're the best, I mean, not only will you make more money, but with this new day and age of technology, like, you could be like that first person who makes a podcast on being a lawyer, and now like you're on the map and you're making extra income just from your podcast show.
Yeah.
And that's just like a random example I just pulled together. 10 seconds.
Speaking of which, just to kind of brag a little bit real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
I made my first $5 off podcasting today.
Bro, that's actually really cool.
Woo! Yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
And I paid for these drinks.
Yeah. I was like,
That's
yo.
bad. Honestly, man, that's really cool.
Thank
Good
you,
for
brother. Thank you, man. I wasn't expecting it. I was like holding back on doing sponsors and all this stuff. I don't want to just sponsor anything or anybody. Like, I need it to be big. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, I just had to kind
Can I
of.
ask you how you did that? Was it a certain amount of listen?
Oh man, bro. Honestly, it was a donation through.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a donation to the show. So it just kind of came from somebody been requesting another guest for over and over and over and over and over, and I'm just like, fuck, bro, like, all right, it's coming. And finally this morning, I let him know, like, bro, you can have access to this early, actually. And and he's like, oh shit, he's like, what's your Cash App? And fucking hooked it up. So shout out to fucking man, what's his? I know his Instagram name, but I want to say Danny. Man, appreciate
cool.
you, brother. Yeah. So that really was like life.
He has no idea how
changing.
far that $5 went.
Bro,
It's
no,
not about the
idea.
$5.
No, it's not about the $5 at all. It's about
It's
the
like you
principle
support-
of it.
yeah.
Yeah. It was like, dude, I'm literally just doing what I love, and I'm not worried about the money. And my whole philosophy in life is like, if you do what you love to the absolute fullest, people will just start paying you. And this just kind of proves it. I'm like, whoa, hold on a second, because there's much richer people and much more generous people and all these things, and I'm like, whoa, like, we can really help people on a bigger scale and picture. Like, holy shit, dude, like, man.
So I want to talk about
So
something.
yeah, no, sorry, I kinda stole the-
dude, there's nothing wrong with that at all,
Yeah.
because that tied right into my point. I'm gonna show you
Perfect.
there's a couple things, Calvin, that like you and I talked about a little bit, like on the phone with each other before we did this podcast. And what I wanted to tell you, I remember I told you, like, we just said it right here on this recording, that if you're the first one that does like anything, like, you have a long way to go. Like you can be like famous and whatever, dude. It could literally be like dog grooming. I actually have a client that, like, I wash their van once a month, and they have a company called Zippity Doodah right here in San Diego. Well, the point is this guy right here on the left in this picture, his name is Jimbo. He's out of Orange County. The guy on the right is more or less the owner, or like at least the face. I know his last name is McGuire. And this is a lot of the listeners, including you. He owns freaking McGuire's.
Wow.
The biggest like company.
Damn,
yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
And he got the guy to sit down with him and do an interview.
Oh shit.
And he started his podcast in 2014. I don't know what he's making. I know he's making a little bit of revenue. He's like 50,000 followers on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I actually listened to his Spotify. Once you and I agreed to do this, like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, I've been listening and I'm learning so much stuff. And this is the biggest thing that, oh man, I don't know if other detailers are going to hear this, but it has to do with like guys in general. or people in general, like, don't think that you're the best at anything. For example, I thought I was the best detailer 10 years ago when I first started. and I actually was on the phone today with another detailer who has a couple more years on me in detailing. And he's like, Diego, he's like, I'm still learning things at 17 years into doing this business. And I'm like, wow, I like this guy already. Because we were just talking about something. Like, we were negotiating the cost of like a tool or something. And I reached out to him to sell him the tool because, like, I know he's like chill. But a lot of other detailers, you know, and this is something I talk about like in my classes, it's like they're like stuck up. Like, they're fighting each other and they don't realize, like, well, I'm not saying be each other's best friends, but there's just so much work. Like, for example, I don't have any competition.
Yeah.
I used to think that I do, but no, bro. Like in any business, you really don't have competition. Let me clarify. In a service business or a restaurant, you don't have competition because you can give them an experience.
Damn, dude.
Yup. Bro, that's so deep. I man.
Maybe in every business, I don't know, but like it could be any business, any business.
You know what I think that ties into what you're saying earlier is like, if you, whatever you're doing, be the best at it. And it's like, if damn, I kind of just like spaced with the words we were just using that was making my point.
It was just like no competition.
Fuck. Oh yeah. It's like when you're really doing your best, you're only competing with yourself. Therefore, there's no competition because you're doing your best against yourself. You know, it's like, it's not about anybody else. In order to win a race, you can't be staring at the guy next to you. You know, like, you got to keep your eye on the fucking prize. Like, that's
I used to do competitive swim, and the coaches would say, "Don't look in the other lanes."
Oh yeah.
And I naturally, you want to look because they tell you not to look. But I remember when I would swim. When you swim, right, or do like a running, because I never did competitive running, but I'll just talk about what I know, which is competitive swimming. Your heart goes so fast, like you're oh my god, you have a swim. Oh, dude, I used to do competitive swimming. I forgot that Calvin has a swimming.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
I used to do competitive swimming since I was like really young, like 8.
Oh wow, okay.
But you don't look over to the other lanes because your heart rate is going so fast, like you're pushing yourself to the limits, and if you look over, it's not going to help.
Yeah. Oh no, not at all.
You're not going to be able
going sideways too.
You tend to exactly. You will go sideways. That's a great point. But the other thing is like you're already basically pushing your cardiovascular system as fast as it will go, as far as it will go. And you know, let's say you're at 80% capacity, but you look over. I'm like, oh shoot, Calvin's beating me. Now I push myself to 100. Well, you can't swim that long at 100%.
Yeah.
The 80% you could probably do for longer, like 75, but that 100%, like that's at the very last 3 seconds.
Dude, wow.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, bro. That's a really good point, man. I I like that.
And how I can tie that to business, because I love talking about business. Because like in my head, getting ready for this podcast, I was like, I've been doing business like the past not just a couple years, but I've been like on a roll recently, like just really in a good stride. So my mind's just thinking about business. But this gentleman named Jimbo, I'd love to collab with him actually if I can. I'm sure that I can. You just have to give him value, you know?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
bro, that's a huge topic.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It's really easy. Like, for example, when people want to collab with me, I'll tell you how you do it. It's really easy. Just you got to find something that's going to give me value. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'm very honest. Like, I'm not going to collab with you if it's all going to benefit you and not me. I've done a lot of collabs. And whenever I reach out to a bigger company that has like, I don't know, 55,000 followers or whatever, like I make sure that there's value in it. I'm very fair. Oh,
Yeah.
Here's a great example. I'm going to teach a class in Tijuana. My first class. I've taught people like private lessons, but it's my first like class. And I'm like really proud. Just because like it's not only going to be like a class, but I'm going to go to another country and teach it.
Fuck yeah.
12 students. At first it's going to be 10. Now we're going to do 12.
Bro, and this ties in. We kind of trailed off of traveling. This ties into this perfectly.
Cool.
So perfect.
Cool. Yeah, because
keep going. Sorry.
No problem. Like I love this topic. Like for me, Calvin, growing up, the coolest thing that you could do, like it was cool as hell, is international business. I don't know what it was. By the way, my degree, I have an associate's in Spanish, and then I was pursuing a bachelor's in business where I just dropped out.
Yeah.
So with that being said, is like I'm gonna get paid, which is cool. Because it gives you like, I mean, the money is like cool, right? Like it's like it's gonna be. I don't want to say it on the mic, but it's a very fair amount.
Yeah.
Especially like in Mexico, like I'm gonna make what Mexicans make in a month and a day teaching. Wow. So like there's a lot of money in the line here.
Yeah.
With that being said, like that's just like a thing like on my bucket list. Like, wow, like I did international business. I'm gonna keep doing it. But why did I bring this up? Oh, it has to do with the podcast. So for example, when you do a collab with somebody, you need to make it fair, and also you have to be a man of your word. I've done collabs with these big companies, and the crazy thing is I'm not gonna diss them on the mic right now, but you do these collabs, and I put in all this work, and then I just get burnt. Like I'll repost it, and they won't repost it, and they said that they would. And I spent like 12 hours working my ass off that day. Not just like working on their cars, but like the biggest thing for me is like, bro, I shouted you out. And I spent like, because nobody knows this, but when you make a video, right? Like when I make my videos on Instagram, like I'll go to like a millionaire's house to detail their Lambos or whatever. Filming takes an hour. The editing takes 3.
Yeah.
And mentally it's exhausting. Like I have a laptop just like this. I do all my editing. Yeah, mentally I give my heart and soul and they don't give the repost. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to work with you again.
Yeah. It's just not fair.
It's not fair.
Both have to bring the value to the table.
So people reach out to me all the time, like, hey, let's do a collab. Give me free lessons, free car wash. I'm like, well, no. And I have no problem telling them the truth. I'm like, no, because like that doesn't help me.
Right.
And I think a lot of people, not just in business, but in general, like, they don't say how they feel. And I'm very honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm too honest. Like, I don't mind being that way, but I realize sometimes like I'm really blunt. Like, I'll just be like, nah, dude, like it's not, no.
That's good though, bro. That's very respectable. That's one thing I respect a lot about you, that you are that way. Like it's necessary. And you're blunt, not in a way that's like you're a dick about it. You're just like, you're real about it. You're very fair.
I try not to be.
Yeah, no, you're very fair, and I think when you tell somebody no, it's just respected. It's not like, oh fuck.
I used to be
like,
too nice, especially like, business wise,
yeah.
and that's why like I'm not like quite how do I say this? I'm not like a shark, right? Mm-hmm. But I can be at times, and I think that if you want to be successful, you're gonna have to. You can't be too nice, but you still need to be a little bit nice, right?
Yeah, no,
you have to have customer service, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And
but
you
at the same time,
eat.
Like, you have to eat.
You have to eat.
But then you also need to be able to turn that shark on. Like, for example, like I saw an opportunity today and I've been waiting actually I wrote the only thing I wrote down. Okay, so
all right, hold on. Before you share that,
sure.
let's take a quick break real quick.
No
We'll
problem.
be right back here. 1 second.
Damn, dude.
oh my
All right,
God.
Cool. Perfect.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're good. I'm glad you said that live. That was
So
cool.
Big.
That's one thing I actually wanted to acknowledge about your videos is you leave some raw footage in the beginning of them, and that's it's brilliant because it entices
Dude,
me
I love
immediately every time.
Bro, I'm always gonna do something entrepreneurial because like it is like one of the most. It's not like one. It's the most fun. Like the freedom that you can do is just like this.
Yeah,
You know?
Fuck yeah. No, what were you gonna do? I just fucking totally cut you off.
No problem, man. So what I was gonna say is this. I'm gonna record this too, man.
Yeah,
That's how
fuck.
big it
Please
is.
do whatever the
So
fuck
listen,
you want.
listen,
This is cool.
bro. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
If you don't have a social media account in 2021 and you have a business, you don't exist.
Facts. Absolute facts.
Mhm.
That's bro.
Damn, dude.
Absolutely. Damn, dude. That's
Yeah. Thank you.
That's
See
facts,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
so let me give you the
absolutely.
example, bro.
I just
went
did it right
in-
now.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Man. Go ahead.
No, there's no problem. So
Never gonna get to your point.
The example is, and like, bro, look at this. Don't say it on the mic because I don't like to diss people.
Yeah.
You see the name of that business, so there's a business here. I'm showing Calvin. It's a warehouse, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say where they're at. They're in Poway, California. And so, long story short, is I needed help fixing one of my tools.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing in business is you got to save money. It's not about how much you make; it's about how much you keep. So it's like this. I have this expensive machine. It's called an extractor. Okay, what that is it's basically imagine a fancy vacuum for detailing cars, where it also steams it and vacuums at the same time. That's the best way
Oh
to
yeah.
describe an extractor. Yeah, and they're really expensive. I have one in my car. Well, the one that I got fixed today.
Yeah.
So, dude, this is like such a big point. Like, I literally like, if I can only say this, and like this is the only part that we like repost. It's so big, dude. So I walk in right to this business today in Poway, and I found them. I called a couple different places. And I think you should do that in general.
Yeah.
Like
fuck yeah.
I have a rule. It's 3. Whatever it is. Let's say I want a motorcycle. I go to 3 different motorcycle shops. Even if I know I already wanted to buy the first one, I got to go to the other 3 places.
Oh yeah. And if you're gonna buy a bike, talk to me first because I know all
Talk to
about that
Calvin.
industry. Oh,
He's helping me. He already helped me
Yeah.
decide my next bike.
aside from that, as far as getting the price correct, because
It's huge.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of marked up shit that they act like is absolutely necessary, and you don't need to pay it. So
That's a huge like takeaway right there. Like,
Yeah.
Calvin can help you buy a bike. I'm not even kidding. He got me so into a bike. In fact, after this podcast, I'm gonna show him my new helmet.
oh yeah,
I bought
fuck
this
yeah,
sick
oh, I'm so
helmet
excited
today.
to see.
Yeah, it's so dope. But the biggest thing and the only thing I wrote down before doing this podcast is I go into this business and bro, I learned so much today. I had no idea. I go into this business and think, dude, the other thing is like if you can learn another language, if you're in Southern California, I think the most, obviously English, the most like the second most common language would be Spanish. So that helps me a lot in my business because I learned certain things that they don't feel comfortable saying in front of their boss in English, so they kind of like tell you in Spanish. And there's a business secret. I'll just give that to anybody.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. The thing is that I go get my machine fixed. I call 3 different places. They sound like the most professional. And I go there and I'm like, okay, I'm in the back of their warehouse. They don't really have a front office. And I'm like, cool. And I felt comfortable with them right away because it was like a good referral. Mm-hmm. The company I was supposed to go to get it fixed was called Mighty in Poway, but they gave me a referral down the street. This company that I showed you their name, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to like call them out.
Yeah.
But bro, so I walk in the back and then I get a quote, and then I'm like, I'm gonna get a hamburger, and then there's like a white guy and a Mexican guy there. And I'm just like super polite. And then, bro, I noticed that there is a water bottle called Ciel. I don't know if I can pronounce it right, but it's spelled Ciel. And I instantly know, because I go to TJ like once a week, I instantly know, I'm like, dude, that's a Mexican brand water bottle. I'm like, who the hell has this water bottle? Like, I need to know. Like, it just bothers me.
Yeah.
And I find out it's the guy that's like literally holding my machine and going to fix it. And his name is Alfonso. And so I'm like, cool. He's like, hey, I'm from Tecate. I'm like, cool. My girlfriend lives in Otay, like both like neighboring cities in Mexico.
Oh,
It
yeah.
goes like TJ, and then you go a little bit more east is Otay, and then eventually it's Tecate.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of just hit it off. And it's going to tie back into this story in a little bit. And we just like, I don't know, we're just like kicking it now. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to get a hamburger. I don't know why I said this, but I actually meant it too. Like, I just met this guy. I'm like, bro, I told him in Spanish, I'm like, do you want a hamburger? And I was like, no, bro, cool. He's like, that's very nice of you. And then I'm like, dude, why did I say that? Like, not like I didn't mind spending the money, but I was like, why did that come? We just like had that connection, like boom. And so I go get a hamburger, I'm kicking it, and we go to In-N-Out. In-N-Out's good.
Oh yeah. So
I think we've got In-N-Out together before. I'm pretty sure it's like really good.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we've got a hamburger together.
yeah.
And so they call me, I come back. And another thing is like the guy's like trying to like talk to me a little bit on the phone, like about like the pricing and what needs to happen. I was like, just really polite. I was like, you know what, sir, like I can be back in 5 minutes and you can just like show me on my own tool what it needed. Mm-hmm. I knew it had something to do with the heater, but like I was like, just tell me in person, because like over the phone's one thing, but I was like, bro, we can do this in person. Like I dropped it off in person. You told me to get a hamburger or do something for an hour, and I came back. So like, let's just finish this in person. So I go back, and then I find out that they fixed it for like $75, and I was like, cool. 'Cause mind you, like this is a $1,200 machine.
Yeah.
And this is what I also was talking to people about earlier this morning about like trying to sell them this machine, just because like I'd rather go to like someone else I know and I like, and I give them a fair price. But I knew I had to fix it before I could sell it, because otherwise I'm gonna get like nothing for it. But if you make this small tweak, fix the heater, you can sell it for more. Yeah. So anyway, so now I come back the second time to the same business, and then I'm like, cool, like the machine's fixed. And before I even think to like test the machine, the Mexican guy named Alfonso, who I talked to earlier, that's from Tecate, is like, hey, like, we sell products? I was like, no. And he's like, come over here. And I walk into the warehouse, and like the back of the warehouse, bro, is like just your super typical warehouse, like pallets, products, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I walk past all that, and next thing I know, bro, oh my God. Now I'm in the biggest, nicest showroom for like detailing tools I've seen in my whole life. And this is why I said that quote earlier about like, if you don't have a social media account in 2021, like you don't exist. Mm-hmm. Don't take that personally. If like you're like listening to this, like, oh, like I don't exist, I don't have a Facebook. No, I'm talking about business wise. You better have something. You better, because bro, I go back there and it is beautiful. They have like, because I used to have a shop before COVID. Mm-hmm. You know that glass, like the glass, like the glass container, like shelf things, they put things on display.
Yeah.
And they have them like all over the world, like for electronics, right? In this case, it was like these nice like power tools, right?
Oh, sure.
And they go for $500 each. Like they're not cheap power tools. Like the kind of detailing, when you get in the higher end detailing, it's called, they have RUPES, RUPES. Sounds like I'm shouting them out. But I teach classes like specifically on this tool because it's super good. And I have like a little bit of a connection with them because my dad is born in Italy. These tools are made in Italy. Like they're literally made in Italy.
Oh, cool.
Which makes them kind of like bougie too.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can like sell it. I can like tell that to my clients, like, "Oh, you have a Ferrari?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "This tool was also made in Italy."
Right.
Like, you can just figure out some way to connect it in. But it's true though. It's like it's a bougie tool, like, you know.
Hell yeah.
So with that being said, bro, and it broke my heart. I go back there and I was like, "Guys, I've been doing business for 11 years, and I never heard about you. Do you guys have a Facebook, Instagram?" And this is what they said verbatim. Well, like my brother started the account, and I don't really know what's going on with it. In my head, I'm like, that's a huge excuse.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, you guys have this business, and I know your lease is probably like $10,000 a month. It could be $5,000, but it's $5,000 to $10,000 a month. I'm the only customer I've seen here all day. You know, I was only there one time, and I got my lunch and came back a second time. And I was like, bro, like there's no other guys like me buying stuff right now. It doesn't look like you guys are doing a whole lot. And I'm telling you, if I work there, let's say they gross $1 million, with just the simple marketing plan that I do with my own company, I could get that company, I guarantee it, to $2 million, possibly to $10 million, just based on like starting some kind of platform. And literally doing stuff like this would take it to that next level. Like they don't exist.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that I know by looking at it, based on their inventory, like that is a multi-million-dollar company that is completely like non-existent. And bro, you walk past the warehouse and it's kind of hidden, which doesn't make sense. It's kind of hidden, and all of a sudden you're in a showroom. And like I grew up in a salon. Like my parents had like 3-4 salons here in San Diego, and it is the nicest, cleanest display because nobody's going in there. So it's like always perfectly clean.
Yeah.
And they even have the posters, bro. Like posters that are hard to get of these bougie tools called RUPES.
Wow.
And I was like, and the first thing I said is like, do you guys teach classes? Nah. And here's the other thing. Back to the Mexican guy. White guy he's the manager. I think his name's Ryan. And like I said, like I don't like to throw people under the bus, but the problem is he won't even hear this because he's not even on social media. You know what I mean? Like, Ryan, I'm calling you out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not.
Right, you gotta step your game up, bro.
They're too old school. The
Sounds
business, I got their card. Bro,
Yeah.
the business cards are even out of date. Like they look like when we were kids, like from the early 90s.
Yeah.
The business says it's established in 1985. And and this is why learning another language helps so much. So the guy's chill, whatever, but I noticed something right away that is a big downfall for anybody as a person or a businessman. He's like, well, I know the reps from RUPES. Like I'm friends with Paul, whatever. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, cool. And I learned to be very, very humble in business. I used to be cocky. Now I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I probably know the same guy as you.
Yeah.
And then he sees that. He's like, oh shit, he's probably right. Because I'm like, dude, I go to SEMA. Like I went to SEMA, like the biggest car show. I went one year, 2019, but I made a lot of connections. Like I probably know this guy named Paul. I'm like, I've been to SEMA. Like I took pictures. I have video recordings on my own Canon and my own phone of me at SEMA. Like I probably know who this guy is.
Yeah.
With that being said, later when I'm leaving, and I tell the guy my plan, like, let's do a class here at your business. Like, you guys don't even exist. Like, I didn't say that like disrespectfully. I'm like, but let me teach a class here. Like I know what to do with this. Like, I can make money. You guys can make money. We'll split it in half. You guys take half. I take half. We both make thousands of dollars in one day teaching this class. I get people there.
Yeah.
But I already know they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And which is sad, but I already know it's not going to go anywhere. So I'll try like a couple more times, but I can just tell. And I could be wrong. But I could tell, like, if they don't even have a Facebook, Instagram, and their boss started the company in 1985, that they're not going to switch overnight for some guy named Diego.
Right. Yeah.
It might take me a couple years to make this happen, just to build the rapport.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They would have to really see some value in it.
And I'll do
Like-
all the work. I'll set the class up. I have the clients. I have like, how do I say this? I have other detailers willing to pay me hundreds of dollars per day to teach them what I know and my business advice. And bro, like I said, the reason I knew what to do is I saw the facility and the lighting was good. The display was beautiful. And they have like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tools already lined up. And yeah, exactly. And I'm like, bro, you guys have like one of the best setups I've ever seen. Like in the whole world. Like I've been to like Mexico, I've checked out shops, other countries like Colombia, Cuba, Canada, LA, and LA is huge. Like LA is like on the map on the whole world.
Yeah.
And this is the best display I've ever seen. And it's like literally like a hidden gem.
Damn.
And they're never going to do anything with it. And when I told my dad that, he's like, so they have like the glass count. Because my dad is a businessman, right? He's like, they have the nice glass counters. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's thousands of dollars per counter. I was like, I know. Because glass and those nice counters are expensive.
Yeah, no,
like
absolutely.
the nice ones. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to like describe, but it's like you can just tell by looking at it, you're like, oh my God. Just not even the tools. I was like, I saw the counters. I was like, you guys aren't doing anything with this.
Oh man.
You got a display hidden in a warehouse. And like, bro, the warehouse is like 3,000 square feet.
Fuck, dude.
And nobody knows about them because they don't have a social media account. And it took me 11 years. And I found them I honestly found out by accident because my tool broke today.
Fuck.
You see what I mean? Like, that's why social media is so powerful. Like these people, if anybody here is listening, and you're old school, because it's not just like the older people, like I hate to say the older people, right? Because I'm 27, right? And I sometimes I feel old, but I'm also know I'm like super young.
Yeah.
But like for the people that are like 50, 60, 70, where you grew up in a generation where there wasn't like this Facebook, Instagram, whatever, I'm telling you, because I like in my business, I also like take care of like dealership accounts. And a lot of those dealerships are like owned by like their grandpa, who's like 70, 80. Yeah. And he doesn't like, he's the owner, but it's kind of like his son or his grandson's like running the actual dealership.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually told the vice president of a dealership here in San Diego that they need a social media account. And he's like, well, I don't think it's going to help me sell more trucks. And I said, sir, listen, I'm like, just please listen to me. And he actually got his attention because you have to build a rapport. Yeah. You can't just walk into like, for example, like El Cajon Honda. I don't know if there is El Cajon Honda, but I'm just giving an example. Yeah. You can't walk in. I know there's an El Cajon Toyota. You can't walk into El Cajon Toyota and tell the vice president what to do out of nowhere. He'll be like, who are you?
Right.
But if you build the rapport, in my case, like I like take care of their cars, right, for years. Mm-hmm. And he's used to seeing me. We've had like many conversations before. And I literally told him, I was like, bro, people are paying me a lot of money now to like get my business advice and like learn about detailing because I'm really good at it. And I never saw this coming, but out of nowhere, I'm a detailing instructor now. Like I'm a business coach.
Yeah.
And I specialize in my industry. But the point is that I told the gentleman, I'm like, look, your current marketing lady, and like I said, like I don't use names, but the current marketing lady at this particular dealership is like old school, 50, 60. She's like 50, 60 years old. And bro, she's like doing flyers and like having raffles, but like they have no social media platform.
It's virtually useless.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know they're paying her because I saw she drives. I'm just doing the math on my head based on her car, and I could be like completely wrong, but I know they're paying her like $50,000 to $100,000 a year. And I looked at him, I was like, bro, you need to find someone who's like 20 or 30 years old, like my age, and could be a male, could be a female. Interview hundreds of people. That's a bit much, but I literally said like interview like 100 people. Find the best one. You're gonna pay them $50,000 to $70,000 a year. And they're going to take your dealership. And I know these trucks you're selling because it's a semi-truck dealership to be exact. Yeah. And I know some of these trucks that they sell are like $500,000. I was like, bro, I was like, literally like, let's say the profit is 50,000 on that one truck. I'm like, the social media alone, I guarantee will help you sell at least one truck per year. At least. At the very least.
Yeah.
And then that profit of the 50,000 that they're going to get in this $500,000 truck, 500,000. I'm assuming the profit is like 10%. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's going to pay that person's salary. But then on top of that, like down the line, like let's say in 5 or 10 years, like to be seen like on social media, eventually it's going to click. And another thing that he doesn't realize is that I follow truckers on social media because I've detailed for some truckers. Like, bro, truckers, like they're you can relate. Like a motorcycle, like club. Like they have like that camaraderie. Truckers have that too. I don't think they have like trucker clubs, but like, oh, you're a trucker, I'm a trucker. Oh yeah, because they have that like lifestyle on the road.
Bro, the last guest episode that launched. Well, when you hear this, is not going to be the last one, but as of today, was my homie was a trucker actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. His episode's crazy. You guys should go back and watch episode 11 with Rylan. That fucking insane, bro. Absolutely insane episode. Like
I believe
he got accused of he was faced with two lifetime sentences for something he didn't do.
Damn.
And then after beating that, was about to get sent back for another one or something like that. It's just insane. And now he's fucking like turned it all around and like he's on his way to creating his own fucking trucking company and all that. And he's just fucking badass. Like working his way through it. Yeah, it's pretty fucking phenomenal actually. Yeah,
no, it is phenomenal.
Yeah, man, truly. But But yeah, no, I get what you mean with that camaraderie like that. That's
Dude, they're tight, man.
yeah.
Like one of these guys,
absolutely.
he has like 14. He has more followers than me. He has like 14,000 people. He has a really badass truck too. I don't even know if it's his truck. Like it's his, but it's like his boss's. His boss
yeah.
is like 10 trucks. I think they're based out of Fresno or something. But let me just describe the truck the best I can. It's basically just like it's a Peterbilt, which is like the best brand,
Yeah.
as far as I know. Because like I wash like semi trucks, like I do like high end Lamborghinis, but also like I do like semi trucks too, because nobody thinks to do that.
Right, and people don't realize that semi trucks are costing as much, if not more, than Lamborghinis. Oftentimes,
Yes.
like
Yes, I didn't know that until I started washing them.
yeah,
And it's like a motorcycle in the sense that like it's someone's baby, right? So this guy has like
Right.
beautiful rims on this Peterbilt. It's like
Oh,
it's like
man.
it's like low, you know?
Mhm.
Like the grill can like I think it's the grill. The front bumper can be like this low, or he can adjust it because there's like the air
And
shocks,
airbags and
the
shit.
airbags, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And there's like tons of chrome, which is like a sign of like a nice truck to begin with, like real chrome, like not like the sticker stuff, like real like chrome.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like red, like a beautiful red with like sparkles in the paint, and then it's also like silver. And this guy, he's kind of like famous in the trucking world because he just like talks about like the trucking life. Like he posts about it, and he's like just always on the road.
Yeah.
And it's not about like how much money you make. It's like, bro, you can become famous in the trucking world and then make a lot more money and then do something with like those followers. Like you could like, oh, here's a great example. Let's say you come out with like a product that truckers need. I'm not a trucker, so I'm just going to talk about what I might need. It's like, let's say here's something they could use. Like
E-bottle.
maybe.
Oh, no. That's huge.
That's
I don't know. Anyway.
I didn't want to go that way, but I mean that's a real thing.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about something I know, which is like, what if there's like a coating that you could put like on their windows that like help them not have to like worry about like the bugs and not being able to see, and like I don't know, like it deflects the fog. I'm just kind of like spitting off the cuff.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
like, I
no.
mean, mind you, I'm wearing a coating.
Yeah,
company,
no, of course.
right?
I was gonna say I love where you're going, where you're taking that. That's yeah.
Yeah, you see what I
Absolutely.
mean? Like or let's talk about something. I don't want to talk about your pee bottle. I'm sorry, but let's say there's like an item. How about this? Let's go the opposite. What made that pee? A drink. What if there's a drink, right? Like a random drink that maybe it has like caffeine, but at the same time it doesn't get you too wired, but it keeps these truckers awake because I know they drive for hours on end, and like you like literally market that towards truckers. I can tell you how you could do it too.
Yeah.
Truckers, because this is like kind of like my industry. And nobody's talking about this, and it should be talked about, is like you got to think about like, what do truckers like? Truckers love women. I like girls. I have no problem admitting that. But like how I got a lot of my followers too is like I thought outside the box, and I was like, okay, 80-90% of my clients are men.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what if I like put a beautiful girl next to like a Lamborghini and film that? So like the other details were like not just details, but clients were like, okay, he's doing a nice car and they're doing a good job, but now all of a sudden like there's a woman involved,
Yeah.
and then that just shot my followers up.
For sure. One thing too about you having the women, I know you've talked about this before, and we might have talked about this, but like, is the way you have them filmed is like in a classy and still sexy sort of way. It's not like gross or like, you know, it doesn't come off as like, oh, what is this porn shit? It's just like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's a
whoa,
good thing
like,
to talk about
damn,
right there.
She's hot. You know, it's like that is like the feeling of it. Like, wow, you know, like, whoa, whose life is this? Like, wait, what?
Understood,
Like,
No, but Calvin, you just brought up a good point. So when you do marketing, right? I guess we'll talk a tiny bit about marketing. I mean, I could talk about it all day.
oh,
if we wanted
marketing's
to.
important. But
Marketing's
yeah.
really huge. It's huge. In fact, this ties back into the point I made before, and I'm gonna talk about that point, and then I'll get right back into the girls. And the point is that I told the vice president of this huge trucking company here in San Diego, like I'm talking like one of the biggest trucking companies that sells like semi trucks. I said, sir, the lady you have right now is 56 years old, and her marketing plan is not working.
Yeah.
And he's like, And bro, it was crazy, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of powerful, like being a 27-year-old guy and you have like this 57-year-old vice president of a huge, like, he's like the he's the vice president of this huge trucking company. Like, just stop what he's doing and listen to you because he knows you're right.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm like, the marketing lady you're overpaying her, and she's not really doing anything. She's basically like wasting energy.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares about flyers and stuff like that anymore. Like, you got to be like on social media, like, bro. Oh,
That's expensive too. Flyers.
yeah, it's
Holy
expensive.
fuck, dude.
And the biggest thing is like it's not doing anything.
Yeah,
But
right.
I just simply told him, I was like, sir, I mean, with that $50,000 to $70,000 you're paying her, fire her. But before you fire her, find somebody new, like my age, that does really good graphic art, videos, photos, And it's not just about like, okay, we're going to make a sale off this new marketing person. It's like, bro, like the truckers, like they want something to like feel a part of. If you like build like a brand name, which they have, and then you give them like an experience and like what this trucking company is all about, which you should do with any company, then like you're going to sell more trucks in the long run.
Yeah.
And back to the girls now. Okay, like there's another great example, like this trucker that we're talking about that's like on the road. Your friend that was on the thing, the show before, he could do the same thing. Is simply put, let's just be honest, because I'm very blunt. Most truckers are men. Most car guys are guys. That's what is in the word. Like there's some car girls, and they excel too. Actually,
Yeah.
like there's one lady named like something like cute blonde car girl, or whatever, and she has like 10 million followers, whatever. But good for her. I'm not like jealous at all, you know?
Yeah.
But the point is that whatever your target market is, you should find what they like and not just post cars, but post, in this case, girls too, because sex sells.
Yeah.
But the way that I do it is that I could totally put a girl in a bikini next to any car and I could get a lot of likes, but it's also like, that's too easy. How I like to do it is I have my friends, or sometimes I'll pay models too. And I'm very honest. I'm like, look, I have a male-dominated business. I've been to like all these different trade schools for detailing. And they always talk about like in this industry, it's 80, 90% males. I'm like, okay. So what do we do here? And I noticed that some of the most successful companies, like chemical guys, I have no problem giving them credit. That's kind of how I got the idea, is they use a lot of women in their marketing. They just do. And they sell like a lot of stuff. In fact, as far as I know, they have 800,000 followers on Instagram. That's a lot, dude.
Fuck, yeah.
That's something that needs to be talked about. They're going to hit 1 million soon.
Damn.
That's power, bro. That's power, because if I wanted to post, because I've talked to like people that have like 1 million followers before, like famous people, right? Like I'll just say his name, Joey Swole. I met him and I didn't even realize how famous he was. And to be honest, one of my employees, this is like, we went to a trade school, chemical guys. And then afterwards, on the way home, because like this is like something that's like kind of part of my brand. Like coincidentally, everyone that like works in my company right now, I have one guy. At one point, I had like 3 employees. But anyway, everybody that works in my company, like they also like the gym too. So it's kind of like how we like hang out after work. You know,
Yeah,
we don't just get drunk every day. You know, it's kind of productive. We go to the gym. Sometimes we do drink. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. But most of the time, we're going to the gym. Like this morning, I hit the gym with my employee, and it's great. Like there's camaraderie being built there. I think I get that from the military. Like you don't just like work, but you got to work out. And you're connecting on a different level, but you're also kind of being productive.
Totally.
But anyway, the point is, this one of my employees like, oh my God, that's Joey Swole, because we're up in like LA, where all the celebrities are, you know. And to me, he's like trying to show me the phone. And like I look, I'm like, oh shit, that guy's 1 million followers. And I said, put the phone away. He's like, why? I'm like, I don't want to know if he's famous. I'm gonna hit him like a man. And you and I talk about this. He's just a human. So I go up to him. I'm like, I heard your name's Joey Swole. And he like said something smart, like, yeah, it's been my name for the past 35 years. I was like, look, Joey, I'm a businessman. And he like sees how serious I am. And now I got this like guy who's like kind of like stuck up, famous, right?
Yeah.
And everyone that is like in the bodybuilding world knows like some bodybuilders or people in general or actors can be kind of stuck. But I got him to calm down really fast. I'm like, dude, I'm a businessman. I'm like, I heard that you have 1 million followers. He's like, yeah. I'm like, look, I'm willing to give you free work. What do I got to do to get a repost? And he's like, oh shit. Okay, this guy is like pretty solid. Like I just met him for 15 seconds and he's hitting me with like a proposal. But he realizes that he has to give me some kind of value.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, look, Diego, a post on my page is $1,200. And I was like, okay. At the time I didn't do ceramic coating. So I couldn't figure out a way to like service his car for $1,200. Because at the time I was only doing full detailing. I could hit him with like a $200 free service, which would be like a full like cleaning. But now that I do ceramic coating, I could easily be like, cool, I have a coating that's $1,200, you know?
For sure.
And what the ceramic coating is, just really fast, is like, it's basically like you polish the car with a machine. You basically put on more or less extra clear coat to protect the paint. But at the time that technology wasn't there.
Yeah, that's something actually I wanted to talk to you about too. Is
Sure.
is we can get into that in a little bit, but like,
And
is,
I don't even need to get into too much. I just wanted to,
yeah.
whatever you want to talk. I love talking with you.
For sure. But no, I was just kind of wondering, like what advice you would have for people to watch out for,
Sure.
because it's like, hold on a second, because all of a sudden now it's crazy. Like I've kind of gotten used to it now, but when I first started hearing, oh, detail $800, $1,000, $1,200, I was like, what? What are you doing to the car? Like, are you
Dude,
licking it? Like, what? Like, I don't understand, bro. So, like, I mean, I get it now, obviously, but oh, did I just cut it? Oh, I'm good. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's like I don't like. I don't even know. Like, was there something else you wanted to say before we can go back to
dude,
this? But,
I said everything.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want this though, please. You tell me whatever it is that you want to talk about or know, and I'll give you the most professional. Because I have a lot of experience in what I do. You know,
Yeah.
I'll give you like the most honest, professional opinion that I have on it.
No, absolutely.
I'd love to
bro.
do that.
Trust
That'd be good.
Yeah. No, totally. So, like, what should people look out for when shopping for a detail and then purchasing one? Like,
Sure.
what? Like, why? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Or just what? Like, what's your experience in that? Like, what should people look for? What's good? What's bad? What's like tricky shit? What's, you know what I'm saying? Because over the last couple of years, I've seen a lot of
I mean, this is a good question.
really hokey detailing businesses and shit where there's like, it's like a more like a pyramid scheme sort of thing, and just all this like weirdness to it where it's like nobody's really like loves it. You know, people are just trying to kind of like turn some money real quick. So it's like like what, you know what I mean? Like what type of
I do know what you mean.
I got a good piece to throw into this whole thing.
Please.
What type, like fuck, I don't even know how to phrase this. Like within somebody who really loves what they're doing, like what should they listen for with, like what questions should people ask? Like what should people expect out of their detailer? Like if they're really going to trust, how do they trust their detailer? You know? Like,
So that's one thing that I'm just going to point out. I take a lot of pride in. I have clients trust me so much that they'll give me their Lamborghini and leave the whole house unlocked. And like, I remember the first time that something like that happened. I don't know if it was a Lamborghini, but someone like just gave me their keys and like left the house unlocked. And like, I was like, wow, like that's power. And I love it. Like, not like, I'm like, not like a power hungry person, but the point is I was like, dude, I just like earned someone's trust like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So don't trust that with everybody. In fact, sometimes I don't blame people when they lock their house. They don't know me, and I don't blame them because I would honestly lock my house too. I'd be careful. I'd remove my credit cards and everything through the car. So to answer your question, you asked me something that they should look out for. Okay, this is something like, for example, and I don't want to go like I'm very careful with things that I say for like security reasons, but I work for a lot of the police officers here in San Diego, and like military people as well. And one thing I've noticed is like when I work, for example, for this guy named Joe, who I'm just picking a random name, when Joe refers me to other police officers, they trust me a lot, to the point where one of them recently gave me their keys and left their whole house unlocked, and they're a police officer who I know police officers get lied to all day.
Yeah.
So what they should do is they should ask a friend or family member if they know a detailer, and then ask specifically, well, why would I want this guy? Why should I trust this guy to work on their car?
Damn, dude.
That's really good.
And that applies for everything.
Yeah.
I love referrals. Like, not just like getting referrals, but like for you, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, Calvin, like, and this is a real thing. I'm like, Calvin, I'm looking at getting a motorcycle.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's cut a break real fast here. Camera just cut out on us.
That's no problem.
1 second. Sorry, bro. All right. Sweet. Okay. We're back. Thank you. Had a camera cut out there.
So what were we talking about? Let's get right back to, because I know it was good. It had to do with, trust. Okay. So trust.
Yes.
So not even guys about my business, you know, anything. Oh, dude, for example, like I'm going to go to Yuma soon. And I'm going to plan on restarting my whole life in Yuma. Why? Simply put, because I want to start to buy not just one home, but like I have really, really good mentors. Like they're like, for example, just really fast. Like I think mentors are important. You got to be careful who you trust. But my mentors are like a family attorney that like watched me grow up, and he coincidentally happens to be like an attorney so high up there that like I have so much respect for him. Not just him, but like attorneys in general, I think are dope.
Yeah.
Because I know like how much education has, and they have like a lot of power. You know, they have a lot of power, like sometimes more than some politicians. But with that being said, like this guy has so much power, but like he's still like, he probably charges $1,000 an hour, but if like he gets beers and lunch with me sometimes, which I take like as a huge compliment, because like other people like our age, like, oh, whatever, it's an attorney. I'm like, dude, like this guy, like he's a multi-millionaire attorney, and I get like free legal advice. I don't think people realize how big of a deal that is.
Right.
To the point where, bro, I made a plaque. And I'm going to have him sign it soon. He has no idea. Like, he had me clean this Rolls Royce and this plane in Gillespie Field, and he has no idea that the picture that I took, and then afterwards, he gave me, like, the cash and gave me a nice tip for the Rolls Royce detail I did for him. And then we had some beers together. It was great. It was really cool. Like right here in San Diego together at his house. It was just me and him. His wife was out of town, like visiting their daughter. And he said this quote, and he's like, Diego, he's like, I know you want to be successful. He's like, I think you can. He's like, I really do think you can. He's like, you'll get there. He's like, you see the house I have? I'm like, I said, you could have this. He's like, you just need to like, just keep doing what you're doing. And he's like, whatever it is that you do. He's like, and this is the quote that I put, like, it's a picture. I'll actually show you the picture really fast, man. I have it like saved in my favorites, so I have really quick access.
Oh yeah.
So there's my girlfriend, but that's not what I'm trying to pull up. Dude, right here, boom. So I took this and I turned it into a mural.
Oh wow, that was beautiful.
Yeah, so that's a Rolls Royce, a classic, and then that's a biplane. You know, kind of like you don't really see planes like that often. And by the way, this
that's
happened
like some Batman type shit, dude. That's what fucking
pretty much. Yeah, and by the way, I don't mind saying I got inside the biplane because I was just being in the hangar. Which, by the way, if you ever get the opportunity, like to go inside like an airplane hangar,
yeah,
and like you know, not everyone's gonna like do what I do and like work in a hangar, but like it's really cool.
Yeah.
And then like you're like right there on like the runway track, like it's inspiring.
Oh yeah, bro, absolutely. Totally. I kind of grew up around the airport, the small airports growing up a little bit.
Small airports are
it's
cool.
It's cool, yeah. It's really cool. My grandpa flew planes and stuff, so like
that's really cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember just being there like boom, spin the propeller and to get it going and all.
Have you been in your grandpa's plane?
Yeah. Bro, I got to fly a plane when I was like 6 years old. Like he let me control it and it was just like the craziest shit ever, cool. Bro. Yeah, we were just in the skies like you're in control. I was like, what?
You know, it's so I sail,
unreal,
right?
Bro.
I do sailing, and I've invited Calvin a couple times. I understand, you know, you're a dad, and no problem. Like, but you're invited this Saturday and going out on my little sailboat.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the same thing with boating and flying a plane, which are both like really cool things to learn if you can in this life. You know,
fuck yeah,
because we only have one life. And the thing that I've learned, because my dad was a pilot of like Cessnas, and one of the guys I'm going with, yeah.
Bro, your dad's done like everything.
That's probably why I'm so busy, dude. And like I do so many things too, because people tell me that too. You do everything too, bro. We both surf.
Yeah, that's true.
We snowboard. We both have businesses. We both play instruments.
Well, I don't play instruments, but I do this. I guess
with that hat, it looks like you're like a pro drummer or guitarist.
My kid plays so much instruments.
This is kind of like a vocal thing, though. That's why I think
totally.
I thought that.
Totally.
We both are into motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the list just goes on and on.
Yeah.
But the point is that I think to be really active is really good. But back to what you said about your grandpa is I've heard the two hardest things in flying a plane is taking off and landing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool that he gave you, I don't want to call it the wheel, but the controls up in the air, because that's really cool, man.
Dude, yeah.
And I think doing things like that really expands your mind. And, you know, I hate to do this, but I always like tie things back to business, but then it makes you a better business person. Yeah. Because your mind is like open.
Dude, yeah. No, absolutely. You know, it's interesting, like how I kind of interpret that is like when I was a kid growing up, my parents never pushed me to be anything. They would always just say, do everything and discover what you love, and whatever you love, do that. And if it's multiple things, then do that. And I'm like, that was like the only like thing they enforced on me ever. It wasn't even enforced, you know, it was just like encouragement. And I'm just kind of like, wow, you know, and that's kind of what I'm doing and have done. And it's like, holy shit, like I'm just trying all this stuff and it's fucking awesome, you know. Like it feels good to experience things. And that's one thing I tell my older son all the time is like, look, dude, do as many things you can, try as many things as possible, try everything, learn at least the basics of everything you get involved with, and then determine you like it or don't like it. Because if you know the basics, then you can't really shit on it. Like if you don't know the basics of like skateboarding, if you don't know how to ollie a curb, skateboarding is not that fun. Like, but
True.
If you know the basics and you could just do that, you could
just
way
and have
more
fun.
Yeah, you're
you just
skateboarding. Yeah, you can now ride down the street and hop the curb. You don't have to get off. It's like your experience is 100% different. And now because you can ollie, you can now essentially kickflip, and then now you can heel flip, and then now you can 360, and it's just like now you have access to all these other things, but you wouldn't know what it even feels like at all if you didn't learn the basics first, you know. So I'm like, damn, that's kind of my philosophy on everything, is like, well, at least learn the basics of it and determine if that's something you want to do or not, you know. Like it's interesting because I look at it like in relation to detailing cars, that was something that crossed my mind certainly multiple times in life, that like, holy shit, this is what I should do, because it's something I enjoy doing and it feels really good, and it's just like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. You know, it's like I've made money. That was one of my first businesses I had as a kid, was washing cars around the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You know, like, you know, a lot of people do that, but
Same with like cutting lawns and stuff. Like
Right,
that.
I did
Or
that
walking
too.
dogs.
Painted fences, fucking, you know, I
Babysitting's
fixed
another
bikes.
one of those.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for me, fixing bikes was my fucking shit. I loved it, dude. Bicycles, I'd change inner tubes, fucking tighten chains, you know, the whole thing, and just
Do
brakes.
these
all of that.
motorcycles have inner tubes?
Yeah, the dirt bikes. Yeah,
My Honda
yeah,
CRF. Okay, good.
yeah,
I don't know this.
yeah. So yeah, so
And that's another thing. I mean, just in general, I think it's really good to have. I mean, obviously, it's really good to have friends. I mean, us as humans, we're animals. Okay, it's normal. If you look at other animals too, like I have 2 dogs, they like interact with each other, and I
Right.
can tell it makes them happy. With that being said, as humans, it's very important that you not just like have friends, but have good friends.
yeah,
And I hate to use the word cut off, but it's true. I've cut a lot of people off since high school because they're like kind of toxic and they're negative and they would like shit on my ideas. But with that being said, like somebody like Calvin, like I'm really into motorcycles right now and I love the brand Honda. And Calvin knows that my goal in the next like 2 years is to buy a brand new Honda CRF 450. I think it's called the RL. Basically, it's a 450 dirt bike for everyone that knows what anybody that knows what a dirt bike is, but it's street legal, which to me
Yeah.
is badass.
the badass bike.
Mm-hmm. And I have the 10 grand for it. It's a 10 grand bike, but I'm just waiting. There's a few things I'm waiting for. I want to get like a house first and stuff like that out in Arizona. But like, it's just one of those things that like Calvin is literally like a huge influence when it comes to me and bikes. And like, if he says, Diego, that's a badass bike, you should get it. Boom. That's my goal. And I'm going to get that bike.
Fuck yeah.
So it's important to have friends that not only like support you and push you forward, but like it's advice, guys. Like friends can give you really good advice and they can make or break you because if you have a bad friend that's like, nah, man, like you ain't about that life. You should not get a motorcycle. Well, that's kind of a negative person. Like they are dangerous. There's no denying them, but like you also have to have fun in life.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, dude.
Bro, absolutely, man. I can relate to that in such a huge way, and like I appreciate.
I know you can.
Yeah, bro. It's like fuck, man. No, I appreciate that you respect my word on it. You know, it means a lot to me because I know how particular and how much you care about your stuff. You know, and your investments and stuff. So that I don't take that lightly. So I do appreciate that, man. Like,
No, I appreciate you
oh,
for
thank
giving me
you,
that
brother.
advice. Like it's huge.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. And I'll tell you this when it comes to anybody considering getting a motorcycle, because I mean, I've probably told you this already, but just for people, you know, it's like when I broke my skull, neck, and back, I broke 8 fucking bones, and I was supposed to be dead. I was supposed to not be able to walk. I was supposed to be paralyzed. I was supposed to not even be able to talk again. And I fucking like refused. I would literally get up and sneak out of my hospital bed and practice walking when everybody was asleep. And I was just like, I refused. I just like believed myself back to life almost, bro. I was like, I fucking created some crazy shit in my life. I can fucking walk. Why the fuck not? They're like, if I can create a business out of thin air, if I can have the hottest girl I've ever wanted out of thin air, if I can have all these things, like, why can't I have my fucking legs, you know? And I would just practice walking. And obviously on this journey, people are telling me like, bro, like you can't be back on motorcycles, you know? Like, were you fucking crazy? I'm like, I guess. Because it's like, I got Live to Ride tattooed across my chest. And then I started riding my motorcycle to rehab with a neck brace. I would shove my helmet over my neck brace and fucking ride my motorcycle to rehab. And like the one time I forgot to hide my helmet from my therapist, like she came out and looked at me and was like, we just like stopped and were staring at each other, kind of like, and I'm kind of just like, I guess we don't need each other anymore. So I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, I got all the exercises I know what to do. I'll go home and fucking do the rest. But like, my point
You
is,
can't make that kind of stuff up. I love it.
Oh man. But like, really, my point is that like, and this ties into business too, and just life and just being fucking happy is
I think hobbies are really important.
bro, absolutely. You've got to do what you love. You have to. And if you don't
to
know
tie
what
that
you
into
love,
business, you can talk about it in your own business.
oh yeah.
You don't want to just be like, my name's Calvin and I teach people how to swim. No, you can like show like your real life. I think it's important to know like how far you can like show it, right? Mm-hmm. That's a skill.
Yeah, bro. That's another reason why I created this podcast, was because with me teaching babies to swim, I'm talking to families. But the way that I talk naturally, I'm like, fuck this, fuck that, and I'm smoking weed everywhere, and I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. At the same time, I maintain my respect and my position when it comes to that job and that title and that duty. I respect it, and I really honor that position.
And I'm happy to hear that. I know you do. I know you do.
Thank
but
you, bro.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know, like, for example, like me personally, like, I don't smoke weed. I've tried it in high school. Like, everybody knows that. Like, everybody in California probably has. And if you haven't, you're probably lying. But with that being said, like, I don't, okay, me personally, and I've noticed, like, this really works for me. On my Sundays, I'll probably have a couple beers with my girlfriend, you know, like at a dinner or lunch, whatever. But, like, I'm not out there filming because I do a lot of, like, I almost put a new video every day on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
you are one of the kings of fucking social media, bro, when it comes to everybody on my shit.
Which is good and bad because, like, it does take a lot of time.
Yeah,
but, like, it takes a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie, but the good part is, like, I'm always on people's minds.
Yep. Yeah.
And the reason I say that is that's important. Like, if you have your own business or you're trying to come up in music or whatever, like, Gary Vee says this, and it's funny. Like, I've already mentioned him twice in this podcast, but the truth is that he does like podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, no,
and it's so
awesome,
true.
man.
He is awesome. He's definitely something that somebody that you want to pay attention to.
Fuck yeah.
And I love how he's so blunt, which I really like, because, like, I'm like, damn, this guy doesn't fuck around. Like, he cusses and stuff. Like, he uses, like, the F word like it's no big deal. And me personally, I try not to do that too much because, like, it's just I do cuss sometimes, like, it happens, but I try not to use, like, the F word.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it's not just my parents, but certain people will be like, you're kind of doing a high end company. Try to avoid that. So I try not to cuss too much, but it still slips out. Like, there's nothing wrong with, like, certain words, you know. But like, I think the F word is one of those that if you're a business person, you should maybe try to avoid. But either way, the point is that Gary Vee says that, like, you should just put out content. Okay, so I'm gonna take his quote and I'm gonna put my own spin on it. And with Gary Vee's quote, and I'll say this to him, is like, no, sir. You should put out content. You're correct, but you should focus on putting out good content. It doesn't have to be perfect, but my exact spin would be like, put out content that, like, is actually, like, decent. For example, I know that I put out good content. It's not perfect. Nobody's perfect, and my content still has a long way to go. But how I know that it works is the views and the likes and the actual, like, return on business, I guess you'd call it. Yeah. Like, if I put, like, a certain video, like, I get, like, people to, like, be like, hey, I haven't talked to you since college, but I'm interested in getting a ceramic coating. Or you working on my car? Like, that instantly shows, like, if you put out a video or post a certain picture, like, you get, like, a response from it.
Right.
So that's my spin on Mr. Gary Vee's words would be like, don't just tell people to put out content, because I've noticed some people just start to put out content, but it's not very good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll be like, dude, you're not really doing a good job. Like, I have no problem saying that. In fact, sometimes, like I said earlier, like, I'm just so blunt that, like, I know I just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh man, like, this person's just not gonna get it. Like, if I could do their company, I could do it better. I'm sure a lot of business people feel like that.
Yeah, no, especially when people, like, steal memes and all this shit and then post it as, like, oh, this is mine and all of this.
No, that's not a good
Yeah,
thing.
no, I can't do that.
I take a lot of pride in being original. And this is another thing that I picked up from another. Yeah, it's good. It's really good, Calvin. I got this from actually Jimbo. I like to give people credit, even if I never meet these people. Like, I might never meet Gary Vee. Yeah. I might never meet Jimbo, this detail guy who's, like, has this show called the Auto Detail Podcast.
Well, this is the second time Gary Vee's gotten shouted out on the podcast, actually. So, what up, Gary Vee? We're gonna talk to you someday,
dude. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, we're doing the right moves to talk to him.
No, absolutely,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
But what this gentleman said named Jimbo is, he's like unfollow the other detailers. I used to be, like, kind of intimidated about other guys in San Diego, in particular when I'm in, like, not just other guys in San Diego, I mean, like, other detailers in San Diego. And I would actually, and I have no problem admitting this because I'm very honest, I would actually block them or make it so they couldn't see my Instagram. And now I want the opposite because I'm doing so well. Like, I'm so confident in myself and my business that I'm like, dude, you can look, and, like, in fact, like, you should probably learn.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you should honestly, like, just learn. Like, there's, like, like, I don't want you to, like, struggle. I mean, it sounds like really, like, kind of like stuck up, but it's, like, true. It's like, dude, like, your content sucks. For example, I don't mind calling them out. Chemical guys in San Diego, you guys aren't doing so well. I've been trying to collab with you, and, like, this isn't, like, a diss thing, but it's like, dude, like, I literally, like, the videos you guys are putting out are so boring. And the reason why I just mentioned their name is because I learned from them, and now they need to learn from me. Not Chemical Guys headquarters. No, because they're doing a great job. But the one in San Diego, like, they're really not doing well.
Damn.
Like their views aren't doing good, and their videos is like the guys like taking his phone, like the employees, right? They're taking their phone and it's like kind of like shaky, and they have no enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's one big thing that I'm huge on is that like if you can't watch your own content, nobody else gonna want to watch it either. And that's one thing why I feel comfortable.
That's such a good point,
bro. That's why I feel comfortable doing these podcasts because at first it was so cringy to me to hear myself talk. I couldn't.
Everybody feels like that
immediately.
Too. Yeah, everybody feels like that.
Yeah, bro. It got to the point where where I go through and I edit, I get stuck and I'm listening to my own podcast for like 30, 40 minutes.
I can see that.
Oh shit, hold on. I'm supposed to be working here. And I'm like, whoa, I just got sucked into my own thing. Like, this is good. This needs to go out. And that's how like
I actually like to hear that.
Bro, I love that. Like
because that means your content's that good that you want to watch it yourself. That like my videos, like for example, I recently made a Lamborghini video, like I don't know, about a month ago. And bro, like that one video, like that's actually like my introduction or my outro to certain other videos. Oh, and like I was actually wearing all these same clothes, like literally like this same exact vest. And I didn't drive that Lambo. Like I said, I'm very honest, but the owner drove it when he was moving it around. And with the little bit of camera skills I am able to like work on that I had like the past couple years, and like you slowly get better at anything, is I made it look like I was driving the Lambo. However, I was like working on the Lambo and I like sat in the Lambo. Yeah. So long story short is I made it look like I pulled this Lambo up into his beautiful house in like Rancho Santa Fe, and then I get out of the Lambo dressed just like this, and I just like pull my jacket like this, you know, I was feeling confident, like I don't, it's just something I do, but like I made it look like. Bro, it looks like a music video. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, it's a Lambo, and I'm working on a car.
Yeah, no, I've definitely seen it.
Actually, I'll just quickly pull it up because, like, I just want to like show you. To be honest, I just want to like show you this.
You know what? Let's take a quick break.
Sure,
real quick, but I want to check that out because I gotta go pee real quick.
I actually gotta go pee.
Not very professional, but the whole point of this show is authenticity. So that's why.
Bro, we did talk about a pee bottle earlier.
Exactly. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Damn, dude.
All right, what up, everybody? Welcome back to the
Daaaamn Duuuude
podcast. Appreciate you guys. So man, there's been some cool shit going on here. Mike's headphones a little too quiet. There we go.
Is this one mine?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's like gotta get it just right.
You gotta get it just yeah. Brain minds think alike.
So this is kind of like a two-part question, but oh wait, you didn't even show me the video, bro.
Oh yeah, let's go, dude. That's crazy. Like I think that's another Lamborghini. Okay, so this video, bro, I'm super proud because. Fun fact, a little bit of backstory is I was supposed to have a beautiful model there, and she like I don't know if she got nervous or she just like told me she just couldn't show up. But either way, she didn't show up. Mm-hmm. So last minute, after spending 3 months of playing this video, I had to become the model, and it's supposed to be a beautiful girl. You know what I mean? So naturally, I was like, oh shit. But then I was like, am I gonna put a wig on? And then I was like, you know what? No. And I know you're gonna like this. I was just like, let me just be authentic. So I ended up taking this video. And the whole premise was like beautiful girl, not looking too sexy, but looking good, you know, with the Lambo. And then it turned into like, okay, let's just have Diego, who's always on the same camera, just do something cool with the Lambo. So we had to make the video even more like cool, and I had to be very creative. And like I said, I only had like 2 hours or less to like save the shoot and rewrite the whole script for like this marketing video.
Yeah.
So here's the video.
Oh, that sounds mean.
That's like my intro now.
Oh, man. That's hard, bro. That shit's sick.
It's a music video. That's kind of like what I do. Like I'm the detailer who like it's like a lifestyle. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you get the whole premise, but like, oh man, that video was just so
that's
much
sick.
fun.
Can people can find that on your Instagram?
Yes, on my Instagram, Onyxauto, ONIXAUTO.
Yep.
Total of 8 letters. You know, just
count them out.
Yeah. Count them out.
Sound them out. Use your fingers. Use your toes. Whatever you got.
Also, like if you guys are watching this video, it's like it's on my hat, like Onyx. You know.
There you go.
This is
It'll be in the show notes too. So we'll post the site on our, we'll post your site and all that shit too. So
yep.
Yeah, bro.
So on my Onyx Instagram account, like it's the yellow Lambo that I film with a lot because he's a friend and also a customer of mine.
Yeah.
So you know. What is another question that we can talk about? What's another topic?
Yeah, so something that I wanted to is kind of like I said, kind of like a 2-part thing.
I like the sound of that already.
The first part I'll just ask you singularly.
Sure.
like, where did you learn to deal with criticism at first? Like, where did you
That's a good
learn?
one.
Where'd you learn to like? How did you allow yourself to suck in the beginning? How did you keep pushing through it? You know, how did you just keep like striving to keep going versus getting discouraged when it was like it seemed like you shouldn't, however, felt like you shouldn't have or something? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how'd you deal with?
So it's a maturity thing. I think,
Hmm.
you know, I'm 27 right now. I'll be 28 next month. And I handle criticism. I handle almost every situation a lot better now than I did when I was 17 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
And the simple reason why is I've learned, dude, the past 10 years, I learned a lot more than the 10 years before that. And most people, probably that's the opposite,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like, they learned the most between like 10 and 20 compared to like 20 to 30. But I think between these years, and I still have like, bro, I'm so happy. I still got like 2 more years to hit like 30, you know? And the reason I say that is like, bro, I have 2 more years to like learn, you know?
Yeah.
So to handle the criticism, you just have to get to know yourself.
How does somebody do that?
That's a good question. And here we go, bro. Third time I mentioned Gary Vee. Gary Vee talks about this, and it is a good point. Like I said, that's probably why I mentioned him so much during this podcast. I hope I don't sound like a Gary Vee fanboy, but oh wow,
No,
it's the truth.
He's the man, dude.
He's real. He's really real. He's very authentic, and you can see that.
Yeah.
You can see that, which
everything
is
he
something
does.
that like I think other people should focus on in their own like life, social media, business, whatever. Be authentic, and you'll like get real fans.
Yeah.
With that being said, is you need to ask your close friends that you trust, your family, what am I good at and what am I not good at? With that being said, like everybody always knew me as like the business guy since like high school.
Damn, dude.
Fuck, bro. That's really good. Yeah.
So when it comes to criticism, I would let's say this. Let's say somebody complains about a job we do in their car. I take that with a grain of salt and I'm like, I kind of like decide like, is this person's opinion important or not? And what I mean by that is like, I know when a customer is just trying to get something for free now, or somebody's just like way too picky, like I don't want them to be a customer, which is also why I kind of vet every single client. Like I don't kind of vet every single client before I work for them to avoid these situations. However, the new, when I was new to business, I should say, I would be like, oh shoot, like I messed up. But now the new me, I'm trying to avoid the word new because it gets confusing between, but basically like now when someone says something, for example, criticism in my business, I'll just talk about that. I'll decide, I'm like, well, let's say you're the customer, right? Well, Calvin's like, Diego, I just don't think you did a good job on my motorcycle that you detailed. You know, I gave you $100. I just don't like the job. Well, me now would be like, oh, well, I'm sorry you felt that way, but like, you know, we did everything we could. But the old me would be like, well, I'm going to keep working for another hour. And even though I know I can't change anything, I'm going to keep working. But to backtrack on that is like how I do business now is I would be like, I'd ask for a picture of the bike. I do as much as I can ahead of time. I'd also try to like get to know you first. I'm like, is this Calvin guy like a legit guy that I want to work for? Or is he a sleazeball that's going to kind of like screw me over and I'm going to end up just giving him free work? And now like, not only as a business did we lose money, but also as a person, like I kind of got like hurt, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't also say it like you personally, you're like, damn, like I don't want to do business anymore because of people like Calvin.
Yeah, bro. Oh, I got chills when you said that. I hella feel
Because I
that,
know
man.
you know what I'm talking about because you have a business too.
No, completely. What came to mind, the first thing it makes me think of is, I don't know if you've seen that video floating around online, but it's like what it looks like when you support small business.
Oh,
or
I
local
like that
business.
kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like the customer walks out and the 2 cashiers, they like hit the floor and they're like, oh my God. They're like dancing, they're like high-fiving and hugging, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I was like, wow, man, like that's that shit, you know? What's interesting too, something else that I hear within what you just shared was like, I guess like your perspective that you just shared, how I hear it and how I interpret it is within this distinction of like interpreting things, like how we interpret things. So it's like, are we interpreting things from a standpoint of like,
That's the
what's
word.
wrong?
That's the word right there about
Or-
the criticism. It's how you interpret it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. And I think 2 big powerful tools for interpretation is we can look at things as what's wrong with the situation or what's missing from the situation. Now, those are two huge.
What's wrong with the
absolute huge
situation
differences,
or what's missing? Okay, can you explain, please? I want to understand your point of view.
So let's say you detail a car, right? And let's say you have somebody like one of your new employees is doing it or something, and they missed a spot. And it just so happened to leave like an ugly streak mark or just like an unpolished spot on the car, right? Or there's watermarks or somehow, right? Something weird like that.
So there's a spot that is it's not acceptable in one area. Let's use a specific example. I love to be specific.
Right. Okay. So on the rear bottom bumper.
Let's say the rear bumper.
Yeah.
The whole bumper is just like hasn't been touched.
Exactly. Okay. Perfect. So then it's like,
and to be more specific, it's a 2021 F-150 white, and the whole bumper should be white, but it's like still like muddy.
Exactly. Perfect.
Because I have to be specific to get this idea.
Yeah. Perfect. So there you go. So it's looking like that, and it was like, okay, it's complete, and your customer's like, yo, my shit's all fucked up. Like, what happened? And as the business owner, you can choose to be like, oh fuck, what's wrong? And then
there's 1,000 ways to handle the situation.
Right. So it's like if you come from that what's wrong, that means your employee's automatically in trouble. That means that you see what I'm saying? Like you follow that? So then that automatically means you think less, your business is hurting. Because you said two things
to begin with. You said that what's wrong
or what's missing. Right.
Okay.
So then let's look at this from a what's missing context. Well, let's look at this. Well, hold on. Let's assess. Well, it's a new employee. He tried his best. What else is and then so what's missing is experience, not what's wrong with the guy. What's missing is experience. The other thing that's missing,
experience is everything in life,
right? And what as opposed to it is like, or the next thing over would be like what's missing from this equation to make it correct, rather than what's wrong with this? Because when you come from those two different contexts, it creates such a different outcome. So it's like if we can come from what's missing from the situation when it comes to life problems versus what's wrong with the situation, just simply asking that question when something occurs that you don't want to occur.
The missing would be experience in this example.
Right. It would be missing, and what the other piece what would be missing was the bumper didn't get cleaned.
I think there's one more part that's missing. I think it matters who told you that the bumper's dirty, the employee or the customer. And last but not least, you kind of want to hear both what they had to say on this kind of situation here.
Right. Well,
before you make a decision. Because, I'm just going to say this. I mean, I'm just going to play devil's advocate. What if the customer, like, afterwards took because this is something that happened to me.
Donuts.
Bro, I'm being real. Like, this kind of stuff happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's say, like...
You're probably right that the employee missed it.
Right.
But you also have to keep in mind, I've had people complain, like, 3 days or 7 days later about, like... Because, I own basically... a fancy car cleaning company. I've had to complain a couple days later. I'm like, well, dude, you took the truck off roading.
Right. Or it was outside. I
don't know what you expect, man. Like, why are you telling me a week later? Like, because you also have to dissect that in any business. And I love to do this because it's like fun. Like, it's fun. The fun thing about business is like the better you get, it's kind of like dancing, right? And what I mean by dancing is like, if you ever notice people that dance, like, for example, salsa. At first, they were kind of embarrassed because they don't have the moves, but then it becomes fun, and now like they're the best salsa person that they like to show off. Yeah. And how that has to do with like me running my business is like business is kind of like dance. It's kind of like anything. Or once you get good at it, it gets a lot of fun. And what I'm saying in this particular situation is like I always set expectations that the customer and I know from the start. Like I let them know what's going to happen, what my time frame is, and like. And this is a big thing in my business, or let's say you're a barber, because we talked about barbering earlier, is like, tell them the truth. Like, for example, if I was a barber and you're bald, I'm like, well, I'm sorry, bro, I can't do this mullet haircut that you wanted because you don't have hair to begin with. Like that. I mean, that's an extreme example, but also like when people give me a car or they want me to work on their car, and I'll just use a random example. It's the Honda 1999 and the clear coat's gone. I'm like, well, I can't work on your car, so I can wash it. But me putting wax or ceramic on it, it's not going to bring the paint back. Like your paint is like gone. Like the sun burnt the paint off.
Yeah.
Like paint is like skin. Your car is sunburnt.
Right.
And bro, it's also about how you say it. And also, furthermore, it's not just about how you say it. Some people can't handle hearing the truth.
Yeah, no, I know. People are like, I just paid it off. It's brand new.
And I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm sorry, but like, there's nothing I can do. Yeah. And then another thing is that, and probably one of my favorite things about doing business is like, I've walked away from a lot of jobs. to
That's
save the
powerful.
headache.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, because like
important.
that's why I'm so happy too. To be honest, it's like I can handle negativity. It sucks. I mean, everyone has to deal with it, right? But one of my favorite things is a lot of my clients are just really good people. At least they treat me good. I don't know what they do to other people, but I'm assuming they treat them good too, based on how they treat me.
Mhm.
And I have like regular clients, and I know what to expect because the expectation's there. And what I know what to expect is as long as I always make that car look perfectly clean, that I did like the first time. Like I have people like that I see like every other week. And as long as I make it look perfectly clean, I know they're going to pay. And sometimes they're not even home. So I have them like almost like on an auto pay thing with their credit card.
Oh yeah.
And the expectations, they already know what they want. You know,
Yeah.
and you just have to keep that standard. And that can apply to anything in life.
Absolutely, bro.
Especially like relationships. Like let's say like I have a girlfriend, which I do, you know? Well, if you treat the girl the same way you treated her on the first date, a year later, she'll probably still stay with you.
Right. Yeah. Keeping
And nobody's doing that. Like when I say nobody, like bro, like we talked about this earlier. Like Calvin's one of the few real people I know. Like I know that he treats his girlfriend respectfully, and I haven't even seen him interact with her that much because usually him and I hang out by ourselves. But like the
ex-girlfriend, by the way. But yeah, but yeah.
Oh,
I
man,
talked
shouldn't have
about it
brought
on
this
here.
up.
No, it's all good. It's,
See, I
all
felt
real.
bad, man.
No,
so
I
I mean,
don't
like
feel bad
that's
about it.
something that we're gonna have to talk about
Yeah.
off the mic because I felt terrible. I'm his friend, and I didn't even know what was happening.
No, it's all good. I talked about it on the show and shit. I'm fucking fully open about it all. So shit just didn't work out. Communication broke down, and fucking that's basically where we're at. So,
Yeah, I mean,
didn't
damn.
work out, but yeah, you know.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, like, so that answers, I think, the question about the expectations. You said it's a 2-part question.
Yeah. So the second part of that is like, what are things that you knew? What are things that you wish you knew early in the game?
Oh
And
God,
not
I love this question.
But on a broad level, though, not necessarily exactly pertaining to detailing, but when it comes to more specifically,
Yeah, get as specific as you want.
taking on the path of living a life that you love. Like, what do you wish you knew about that early on in the game?
Cool. This is an example that I would tell high school kids or college kids. First of all, don't worry about the cool kids. Focus on yourself and your future. Not enough people are doing
Damn,
that.
dude.
That's
Bro.
bro.
Here's the other thing. Not everyone's gonna like listen to you. What I mean is that I've actually taken the time a couple years after high school. I was like in the military. Like I'd see high school kids like at the gym. But hey, like can I just tell you one thing? And I'd be like, just don't worry about the cool kids and focus on your future. But not everyone's gonna take that to heart, or they'd be like, why did this random stranger just come up to me? But but now, to be honest, I just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Unless somebody earns my respect, and I'm like, can I just give you some advice about how you say it too? Because like a gym is a
Yeah.
big part of my life. Like if I see someone struggling in the gym, I might help them if I think that they'll actually like listen to me and take it like the right way. But back to your question, something I wish I knew early on in the game. Oh man, I love that question because it's kind of hard to answer. The natural reaction I have is like be open-minded. Because and I'm still working on that. I have to keep, because I naturally kind of get closed off and I like turn down ideas, but later I'm like, oh shoot, that was a good idea. And I should like listen. I should, like let's say you asked me like 2 years ago, you'd be like, get on my podcast. I might be like, no, and now I'm like, yes. That's just a random, but that's a real thing. I might have been like, I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Be open minded. The other thing is, oh God, bro, this is so big. Okay, and this is something my good mentor. His name is Steve Beamer. That's the attorney guy I was talking about earlier on the show. You need to have a plan. I don't care what it is, even if it's like a day off. Well, what do you want to do in that day off? Like, what are things that you've been wanting to do all week that this one day you have to do?
Bro.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. That's good. That's really really good.
I can take this point further because
Yeah,
like
please.
this is a very good question.
Fuck yeah, dude.
In fact, it's such a good question. What was the question one more time? Like something I knew early on in the game, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't trust anybody. Excuse me. Don't trust everybody. You need to trust some people, right?
Yeah.
But don't trust everybody.
Yeah.
Especially in business.
Bro. Yeah.
Yeah. For example, I used to have 3 employees and I have 1, and we're killing it. because it's not, I mean, in this case, it's because like it's hard to keep 3 people employed versus 1. And I'd rather have like 1 person and then eventually we max out on how many cars we can do per day. And if somebody can wait 3 weeks, we'll get to their car. But if not, like they can't get serviced.
Yeah.
You know? So I'd rather be like, it's not that I'm trying to be like that exclusive. It's just like, well, there's not always a wait list of 3 weeks. Sometimes it's like 3 days.
Yeah.
Try to do, I mean, like I said, like I'm sorry guys, all I can do is talk about business. I just think that's my life.
That's who you are. I love it. That's
who I am.
perfect. That's why your perspective is so valuable for the show, dude.
I'm very business oriented, like in everything. But I mean, if you're gonna pursue entrepreneurship, don't do it just because it sounds cool. Like you actually have to like have that hunger, and I don't think you can even be taught that. In fact, not everybody should have a business. I helped one of my friends start his business, and I'm not gonna say his name. And the truth is, he needs a job.
Yeah.
He's not a businessman. I mean, he's hungry, but he's making too many mistakes that I think he should go back to having a job.
Yeah.
So business isn't for everybody.
Oh, 100%, bro.
But I want to give like some really like deep, good advice that could apply to anybody about just life in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the biggest thing for anybody, and even though I said this earlier on this point, is like you got to have a plan. I'm a big planner.
Yeah.
Like I know what I want when I'm 70 and I'm 27. I've known what I wanted. And simply put, you know, you ever see that person at Walmart who's a greeter who's like 67 years old and you can tell like they're not there because they're bored, but they have no choice?
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. No, fuck all that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's why I'm
screw that.
working so hard now at 27. And I'm going to buy my first house for sure within the next year or two, like before I'm 30, which I'm ahead of my goal. Like that's really cool. Like I'm really happy for that.
It's awesome.
And it's just because I always had a plan since I was like at least, bro, I've wanted a house like my whole life since I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not, this is a quote. And don't quote me on where I got it from, but the quote I know, I'll paraphrase it, is it's not about what a man can do in 1 year. It's about what you can do in a decade.
Damn, dude.
That's dope.
Like my business, it's grown the past year, but if you look at it at a decade point of view, like basically I just started my business exactly like more or less like 10, 11 years ago. Like, dude, it's not even like, it's night and day.
Yeah.
Like I took a $5 car wash. I'd wash your car for $5 inside and outside. And now like we're charging like literally I charge like $1,000 sometimes for a car. Like that
Yeah.
like it doesn't even like really, I don't think about it too much anymore because like it's like you get used to like that, you know?
Right. Yeah. No, I get totally.
But if you actually like break it down, like I don't know how else to say this, like scientifically, like that's crazy. I mean, what's the number on that? Like 5 times, is that 200 times 5 equals?
Bro,
Yeah,
I
bro,
know,
that
yeah,
is
I'm
correct.
not-
200, like it's 200 times bigger
Yeah.
in 10 years.
Fuck.
You know, and I'm sure like with you and your swimming business, like if you look at what you've done in a year, that's great. But if you
Yeah.
look at the past decade, holy shit.
Yeah. It's a big, big.
And like how much
difference in the
you've learned.
accomplishment. Yeah.
Like if you actually have the hunger, like I'm all for people starting their businesses. I also think that you should like keep your main job and do the business on the side and grow the business to the point where like it's equally making the same as your job. And then you can not comfortably because it's still gonna be scary. Then you can jump to only having the business. Like that's how you should do it.
Yeah. Bro. No, absolutely.
I think a side business is huge for anybody. I mean, anybody can have a job, but I highly recommend having a good career. I really recommend it.
Yeah.
Because business isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
In fact, even me, I might even get a job one day,
Yeah.
like a good career, but I love what I'm doing. So I'd probably transfer over. I'm kind of doing it already. I'm kind of transferring over to like, not just like washing cars. Like we're only going to do like $1,000 ceramic jobs, which is pretty good profit. Like in a day, you probably make a G,
Yeah.
which is very close to what I'm doing now. And, I'm going to be an instructor, and the whole instructor thing just happened like within the past 2 months. And like now, like it seems like that's what I'm almost doing the most of. Like I never thought I'd become a detail instructor. It was always a goal,
Yeah.
but I thought I'd be 60 or 50.
Wow.
And it's it's happening now. And like to me, like I think that's like the biggest thing.
Awesome.
Cause people like, they like respect my time, but it's also like, bro, like they're trusting me a lot. Like I'm training, like I could one day literally train your sons, like how to do cars. Right.
Yeah.
And like, they're putting their faith into my hands. And
Yeah.
like I'm literally controlling. Like if I teach them the wrong techniques on purpose, which would be evil, but people sometimes are like that because I don't want them to beat me.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I'm like holding back from their lives.
Yeah.
But if I teach them the right ways and I teach them like real business strategies, like I could impact like their whole life and the people like around them. So to me, teaching is like the greatest thing that I could ever do.
Yeah.
And it's like a huge honor. And on top of that, like it's a huge confidence booster for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm careful because I've noticed other guys in my industry, they became the best in particular, one guy, he does airplanes. And now like he's not humble. And in fact, like he's not, he has too much power and he doesn't know how to handle it. You got to handle the power. You know what I mean? Like even like, cause I understand like I am a car washer. Like I know that, like I accept that, like, and I love it, but I'm a top of the line car washer, you know?
Yeah.
With that being said is like, if you're a businessman, you start making all this cash, cause it happened to me at a young age. I was like, I don't know, 19. And like, I was making like $5,000 or $6,000 a month cash. Like it gets to your head.
Yeah. Fuck yeah,
You
bro.
know,
I
I
know
mean,
all about that. Yeah.
Like, bro, like I remember one time, like a table this big, I could line the whole thing up with like hundreds.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, bro. Cause like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I grew up in a good middle-class family, but like when you start to produce that yourself through like something you love doing,
something else,
bro,
man.
it was too much.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had the whole table covered in hundreds. And I was like, bro, I'm like, I was cocky. I have no problem admitting that I was cocky at 19.
Yeah.
I was a new Marine. And if you're in the Marine Corps, if you know anything about the Marine Corps, like they really ingrain in your head, like you are the best.
Yeah.
I had my own business. I had a beautiful Mustang, which like was like perfect, you know, because I made it look good, but I didn't go overboard. Like I didn't like put like a huge giant spoiler. Like I had like a little one, you know.
Right.
It came with the car. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I had a beautiful Colombian girlfriend. Like I like as a 19-year-old man, especially like as a Marine, like I had multiple sources of income, the military and my own business. A beautiful girlfriend. And I still think she's a beautiful woman inside and outside.
Yeah.
We're not together anymore, but she's still a beautiful woman, you know?
Yeah.
And what else? Oh, but then I got cocky because I had everything too fast and I wasn't used to the power. So now when like things get good, one thing I've learned is I need something that keeps me humble.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I get that from traveling. Like I'll go travel, I'll be like, oh shit. Like, because for example, like I currently have a girlfriend in Mexico. And whenever I go see her, which is like usually like on a Sunday or whatever, like I see how much they're struggling there. And I'm like, oh man, like, dude, like, first of all, you got to be careful to protect yourself.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I'm like, dude, like, man, I'm so lucky for what I have. Like, somehow that like just brings me back down. Like, I just see like extreme poverty. And like, I know this sounds like messed up. I don't go there just to see the poverty, but you inevitably see it when you go to Mexico.
Yeah.
And you see people that literally live in like, you know, wood huts and metal that they put together. And something about that just like, boop. And which probably makes my business even better because I come back to America, I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, guys, but there's a lot of lazy people out there, and you have no idea what it's like to actually be hungry until like you go to like a third world country and see their level of poverty.
Real.
I think that's what's made me work so hard. I'm like, bro, it's excelled my business.
Yeah. No.
Like just getting a real world perspective.
Bro, 100%, dude.
Like clean water? Oh my God, bro. That's a big deal.
We take it for granted here 100%.
And it's easy. Like I don't blame Americans. Like a lot of Americans are lazy.
Yeah.
And it's simply put, it's like, it's nothing personal. It's like you grew up, me too. I grew up in a world where we can drink the tap water. I don't know if you guys notice, you cannot drink the tap water in most parts of the world.
Yeah, exactly. You'll just die. Like,
You'll
get really sick.
You'll probably get really sick. You might eventually die.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's gnarly.
And I think that like I'm a very proud American. I have no problem admitting that. But what I also think is that a lot of people that grow up in a first world country, the reason why how do I say this? The reason why a lot of people like are like upset here in America is they don't realize how good they actually have it.
Dude.
Damn, dude.
That's deep, man. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. No, absolutely, bro. You know what? Something that's really interesting. Oh, timer. Actually, let's take a quick break real fast, and then I'm gonna share what I was gonna say here.
Sure.
1 second.
Damn, dude.
It's live now.
That's the quote for today, bro. if you wanna be successful, I mean, bro, to be honest, I get a lot of clients from. I don't like to use the word clients. I get a lot of customers because I think clients is something that like takes time from social media.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Or to keep them, which is also why I think not everybody, but every business, you got to have a social media platform. I completely respect people. In fact, to be 100% honest, if I didn't have a business, I would just be like not on social media and I'd be happy.
Same, bro. 100%. I wouldn't have a cell phone either.
I might be happier.
Yeah, no, bro. 100%. If I did not have business, I would not have a cell phone.
When we were kids, I was like the happiest kid, bro. I was in my room just playing Legos. I would pretend. Bro, the craziest thing is, I pretended when I was like 5 or 6 that I was talking to like a camera.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey guys, like, this is my Lego. Like this, nobody knows this. This is like the first time I talk about this. But like, I would like pretend like this. This is my phone, obviously, right? I pretend like this is the camera, and like I would show off my logos. You
That's
know,
cool.
My Legos, not logos. My Legos.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, I forgot I was gonna say something.
And here we are now. Like we're like producing content. Like this is huge.
Yeah, there it is again. No, I know. I used to play businessman when I was a kid and all that shit too.
You used to play businessman too?
I had an ice cream business and food, and I would just pretend and sell my friends food through the bushes.
I love
and all
stories
shit.
like this.
Yeah, bro.
Not everybody does that.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. That's definitely true.
Like they were just playing like cowboys and Indians, but like we were already like, you know how huge that is?
Yeah.
Like you're
No,
6
I know.
years old
Thinking
and you're
back.
already like
conducting like like yeah.
like that's huge, bro.
Real shit.
You were like
bro.
flying a plane at 6 years old as well. Damn.
Yeah, bro. I was fixing bikes when I was 8. Like that was my first business, was fixing bikes. I fucking sold over $1,200 worth of candy bars when I was like in 7th grade. I was just fucking killing it, dude. Yeah, it was cool. I always had that in me.
It's a big deal.
But something I was gonna share that was in relation to what you were just saying right before we took the break was talking about like being grateful and like for what we have and traveling. So what's interesting is like if you actually look on my board up there, what's the top thing on the left?
Grateful.
Grateful.
This is grateful times 3.
Yep, I say what I'm grateful for. I say at least 3 things I'm grateful for every morning and every evening. Then check this out right here. In my calendar, and I talk about this on the show a lot. For every single day, there's an event, right? You see that? All the circle or the little dots in there.
Damn, okay.
So
I
for
see that.
every single thing, meditate and what am I grateful for in the morning and at the night. Like
I need to start doing that more often.
Bro, and there's an alarm every single day. It goes off on all my devices and it says, meditate, what are you grateful for? And it's like within me practicing what I'm grateful for, like my life has pretty significantly changed in positive ways. Like it's just been insane, bro. Like my perspective is crazy right now because everything that happens comes from a place of appreciation and gratefulness. Because what's been happening is every morning I get up and I say it 3 times, and then when I go to sleep and I say it 3 times. There's often times where I do it and I forget I did it. Or if I forget to do it, my alarms are going off and I see it written everywhere. Then what happens is I go, oh, and I'll say 3 more things I'm grateful for. So oftentimes what I'm grateful for,
I'm gonna write that down.
Bro, I'm saying what I'm grateful for at least 3 to like 24 or 48 times.
A day?
Yeah, by accident.
Damn.
Because I'm constantly thinking, did I say it yet? And then I'll go back, oh, should I say it? Is it my time to say it again? And then, so it just keeps ringing in my head and it keeps, literally is on my fucking computer, my phone, my iPad or whatever it's called, like all my things. And when 10 o'clock hits, you'll hear all my shit start going off like, and it's like,
that's a big deal, bro. That's why I wrote it down.
bro, it's huge. I learned that again from one of my biggest mentors, David Meltzer. Like he really spoke it in a way that like spoke to me, and I'm like, that's the shit, dude. He is like, I promise, if you can do this for 90 days straight, every single day, your life will just shift and improve dramatically. I promise. And I'm like, he's like, what's the worst you have to lose if you try and it doesn't work? You were grateful for 90 days? Like, what do you, oh, boo, you know, like, I like that. That's
I can only see it
sad.
having a positive impact.
You see what I'm saying? You know, it's like that. So now I'm just speaking this, and this has to do with me, like speaking love into myself and into my life. And it's like, now if I've woke up and I said what I'm grateful for and I fucking like scanned my body to, just to fucking just make sure I'm cool and I'm here and I'm present. And for me, meditation brings me ultra hyper presence beyond what just being present can do. Like I'm able to go inside my body too versus just what I can observe out here. So like when I do the combination of those things, I'm on fucking fire. I'm untouchable for the day when I'm like really fucking in tune and in sync with it all. Like, holy shit, bro. Like, so
I like to hear your perspective on this because how I personally get like fire, because I just do a whole bunch of things that I'm good at.
I like that. See, bro, that's another thing I 100 billion trillion % believe in too, is like when you get like writer's block or creative block or whatever, or you get burnt out or whatever, or you start feeling that's when it's time to just do something different. Put yourself in a different place. Like literally, if you took yourself here, like let's say I'm in this room and I'm all depressed and I'm sad about whatever. Literally, if I go put myself in the ocean, I have to think differently. Like the trip to get there,
but perfect example.
You know what I mean? Like 100% the drive there
changed your circumstances.
Right. So that's as simple as like, well, I'm going to go surfing. You know what I mean? And it's like, or like, well, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go shoot some hoops. I'm going to go, like whatever you like to do or, or discover some new shit,
The other nice thing about the surfing example is you can't really bring the phone out there.
Ah, bro.
Damn, dude.
That's huge. Damn. I want to do a whole episode about that actually.
You should write that down.
Yeah, bro. Like disconnecting from your phone and how important that is. Like,
sometimes I get bombarded with calls, and like trust me, I realize I'm lucky to have so much business that like it's just like coming at me, and it's like it's overwhelming.
Right.
And I'm sure anybody that has a business like you can understand, right?
Fuck yeah.
Just people in general, like when you just have like people calling and I mean, it wears down. With that being said, definitely like my day is Sunday. One of my favorite things to do is just like be with my girlfriend, go to the movies, and I turn my phone off for like 3 hours. It's like the most like relieving thing. Plus, to be honest, most people don't call me on Sundays because that's kind of like most people like know that. If not, like I kind of like let them know, like please don't call me on a Sunday.
Right.
I like let customers know, like if it's a Monday or like if you can send me a text, but I probably, especially if I had like a very like long hard week of work. If I need the business, I will work on Sunday, But if I'm like, dude, let's say like I killed it. Like this has been a very good week for me, like financially, like my business, like I did very good. I'm definitely going to enjoy this Sunday off and try not to look at my phone.
Yeah.
As much as I can.
Hell yeah, bro. That's important, man. It's really important to go disconnect.
And then I can have another good week the following week. I'm going to pray. Actually, I know I will because I already have a couple jobs lined up. But the thing is like, dude, and like I said, I want your listeners to hear this. Like if you take that one day off or whatever it is you need, some people might need 3 days. I don't know. Yeah. But for me, it's at least 1 day a week. I've always been like this. Ideally, it's 2, but that's not always possible because I own a business. I mean, it would be possible, but just the way I run my business, like it only can be 1, sometimes 1.5. But the whole point is like just not looking at my phone, disconnecting, trying to do everything I can not to think about business.
Yeah,
makes my business better Monday through Saturday.
Bro, 100%. I'm completely on board with that. I think how we create the most powerful things in life and the most powerful way to live is to like have the idea, see it, visualize it, let it go. And then just make room to accept and live that, like, fuck, man.
I'm a different person on my days off, and I have no problem admitting that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't like to have too much time off.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I was in Big Bear this past weekend. Like I literally go like once a year. I mean, I would like to maybe go more, but to be honest, it's kind of hard for me to take those like 3 days off. And after those 3 days, I couldn't wait to go back to work because I just was like just drinking. And the snowboarding was fine, but even just like I was like, bro, like I need to get back to work. And it just kind of runs in my family. Like my dad's the same way after about 3 days of vacation. And this isn't all the time, but I've taken a lot of like, I've been taking more and more time off. It's also like when we make this podcast, it's like the coronavirus. So it's like everything's just different.
Yeah.
But I have been taking a lot of time off during the coronavirus because like sometimes it's not a choice. Like when it first hit, and I don't want to get too much into this, but when it first hit, like everyone kind of took a month off. Every single person.
Yeah.
Even the quote unquote essential people.
Yeah, you pretty much had to.
You kind of
For the
you had
most
to,
part,
you know.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it's like I love. In fact, the coronavirus. Actually, maybe it is a good thing I brought this up. The coronavirus made my business somehow do better. At first, it hurt it, and then somehow made it do better. And now, the coronavirus has made me a harder worker, and I'm sure it's done that to a lot of people. Because even though I was appreciative, it woke me up in a sense that like, oh my God, like having a job, making money, and not being stuck at home for a month at a time is a really good thing. Like I love like going to work. I really do. And the coronavirus helped me appreciate it more than I ever have.
Dude, yeah. Bro, it put me into such a creative space that this whole podcast was birthed from that. And like,
No way.
yeah, like really it was halfway through, and it's crazy because I had like no money at the time. I was like running. I'm like, oh, I ain't got shit. So it was crazy because buying all this equipment I bought during that time, and I was like, I have my son and he needs diapers and food, and both my kids, and I'm like, fuck, I got a teenager, he needs to eat, like a family and a dog, and I'm just like, this is a lot,
You have a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, so for me to buy all this stuff is like a big thing, like it was a big purchase at the time, and I was like, fuck, man, like this is really investing into myself and taking a chance. I know I'm not going to see any return out of this for a while. Like this is different than anything I've ever done.
It definitely, I'm not gonna lie to you, it could take months, it could take years.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with that. Like I'm in this not for any money. I'm in this because I want to document my life and my point of view and everything for my future generations. Can you imagine if you got to see your great grandpa?
I would definitely
speaking?
watch that too.
Dude, if he had thousands videos, I would watch all of them. No question. I would watch all of them. Like yo, it's my great grandpa talking about fucking life and spitting real fucking facts and like having real ass conversations with people that he's met and all this shit. Like, holy fuck, that, like, bro, like I can't even imagine how much easier like my perspective on life would fucking make, just how much easier it would be to understand my family lineage and everything.
Dude, yeah,
like
that's a good point.
Bro, thinking back too, and it's like we were kind of talking about like race earlier. There's a very good chance like that person is a complete different ethnicity than what we even are now. You know what I mean? Like for me, going back, I'm Chinese and Norwegian, and both sides are pure Chinese and pure Norwegian. So it's like going back out, you'd be looking at like a Viking or a fucking like Mongolian warrior sort of dude, and it's like if I had the information from them, like holy fuck, like that's crazy, bro. I can't even imagine. So that's like the point of this and why I was like, yo, this is worth making the investment in. Like, I don't know why I believe in myself so much. And I don't know why I'm like, no, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. But
this
that was what I
podcast
was questioning,
has a lot of, it's big now.
Bro, yeah, absolutely.
I don't think there's a better time to get into podcast than right this second.
No, absolutely. And I think that's what's going to take us to the top is that like the authenticity and the
connections
conversations, bro.
God, bro.
And the people I know is just, I'm really blessed to know the people that I know. If you go back and look at all the previous episodes, you're gonna be like, I was on the same show as that guy? Like, wow, holy shit, And it's like,
that's a good point.
Bro, the diversity is insane. Absolutely insane, bro. So your point of view and perspective, sorry, yeah, is just so valuable, bro. Like, just due to the level of diversity on this show. So
no, of course,
but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's no, I don't have a problem waiting, man. Simply put, I have a small marketing company myself, and I film with female athletes, male athletes. But the point is that I'm being 100% real right now, dude. I'm not blowing smoke. Dude, when you have like a marketing company, like you can make a lot of connections. And in fact, you can actually like use that to like get access to certain things.
Yeah.
Like by giving away like the videos, like you do a free marketing video for somebody, you can get like, I don't know, free food. But like, like not just like free food, but like free food like at a nice restaurant,
Right.
With the podcast, I feel like everyone wants to be a photographer right now. But this podcast is just one of those things that people are really overlooking. And like to put somebody like for me, like businessman aside or not, like I always like looked up to people like, wow, that guy's doing like interviews and like podcast. Well, this is kind of before the whole podcast thing, but like interviews and like at the time, I think it was phone interviews was before this. But the point is that like people care about what you have to say. with that being said, like I think Calvin, that there's a lot of I know there's a lot of opportunity in these podcasts because like it gives people like a voice and people like want to be heard, and like especially for an upcoming, let's just talk about something a little bit different than business, like a musician.
Yeah.
Like the more that you're like in front of the microphone, the more eyeballs, and this is also good practice for them too, you know?
Oh yeah. You know, just
The
real
better.
quick to
that's all I had
intervene
to
real
say.
quick. Oh, for sure, man. Was that with the musicians? That's kind of why I titled this a business podcast too, is because if you're gonna be a successful musician, you have to know how to be a businessman, and that's the part where a lot of musicians, the musicians, they don't make it or they don't cut it, and artists too, and extreme athletes. So that's kind of like the theme of who I have on my show is like entrepreneurs, extreme athletes, artists, and like musicians. So, and I'm like, hold on, I'm realizing, and it's interesting because if we go back and listen to all these, and we'll hear it in this one too, there's a commonality amongst all of us, and half these people came from gangbanging, half these people came from fucking somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else, and it's like, whoa, like literally almost every person on the show, their ethnicity's been different. They're fucking.
Well, that's good.
It's just happened to be like it wasn't like planned.
It
just
keeps it more exciting.
Happened to be that way. You know
what I mean? Because like, is that just a different face, but it's like a different ethnicity?
Yeah, it's a different feel, and everybody's kind of like, oh shit. So that it's like, fuck, I was kind of getting off point. I don't know where I was going with that, but like, I don't know, man. I think just the authenticity that's coming out of all of this is just fucking cool. And this is like a safe place for judgment to melt away, because like a lot of people will tell some gnarly ass stories, and then it's like, I can't even believe I was the same guy, you know? Like, holy shit, man. Like one of my other interviews is like my friend's talking about how he got shot. He got 7 or 8 shots shot at him in the backseat of the car, body to body, and fucking lived through it. And it's like, at the same time, he's an artist and conducts his business and all this. And it's like, it's just so insane, like where everybody comes from and how, I know what I was getting at. And the commonality between everybody is kind of like, all the people who are doing what they love, all the guests here, me, you, I feel like a common thing we all have is that we all respect and are listening to our inner child in some way, shape, or form. Like we're honoring our inner child. Like that little kid who has that excitement. Like you have that little kid energy about you.
It's like a fire.
Yeah,
and
bro,
you don't want
absolutely.
it to go out.
Bro, absolutely. And it's like, you can't, because that's the most precious thing we can hold on to as adults. Like when you lose that, you're now an old guy. There's people my age, I'm 35 now, who are you would never guess we're the same age. Just due to like our level of enthusiasm and spark in life, you know? And it's like, we kind of have to choose that, and it kind of happens by honoring that little kid, you know?
Speaking of which, Calvin, you know how we met?
Through fucking the ultimate little kid, Larry, man.
I think you're more the
Shout out
ultimate little
Larry.
kid. Shout out Larry Samato. Where you at,
What
my
up,
boy?
Larry? Love you, bro.
So, dude, fun fact. We met, it's weird that I remember this. It just came to my head. We met at Larry's mom's house in Escondido, and I was detailing
shit, I remember this.
his black Mustang. I didn't even know who you were.
Yeah,
I was wearing knee
yeah,
pads,
yeah.
and we met, and I had no idea like you had this mentality about like, you know, being such a more or less a free spirit and just being happy, you know?
Yeah.
Because not everybody's happy, it's sad to say.
Yeah.
But I was literally sliding around Larry's garage on my knees wearing knee pads.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who you were yet.
Right.
I thought you were just this random guy walking. Sometimes I like to do things to make other people smile.
Right. No, bro, it's
And that's
totally
how we
remember
met.
that. Yeah, holy
And then you were
fuck,
like,
bro, you're
and then
absolutely
I
right.
got off, I was getting off to your energy, and I was just like, oh, this guy thinks it's funny. And I was having a lot of fun. I was
Yeah.
just sliding around on knee pads because they had a nice smooth garage.
Yeah. Dude, totally. I
And then here
absolutely
we are
remember
today.
that.
That's probably like 5 or 7 years ago. About 5 years at least.
It's more than that, actually, bro.
It could be. I'm not sure.
It's certainly more than that.
But I'll never forget that, man.
Yeah,
And I
bro.
remember how happy I was too.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
that
like,
was cool.
Because I'm usually very happy at work.
Yeah.
Usually.
No, that was cool. I noticed that. I was just kind of like, damn, this dude's like legit enjoying it and shit. Like, it's fucking cool, you
It
know?
was this black Mustang.
Yeah. No, I remember. Absolutely. That's crazy, bro. You know, it's funny too, because thinking back, I remember how you were talking earlier too. It's like, damn, when you were younger, like that cockiness. And I remember I was like, damn, this guy's cocky as fuck, but he's really good. He's having fun. Like, this is interesting. I didn't know how to take you at first. That was my first
probably still
interpretation.
at my cocky stage when we met. I mean, who knows? I could still. Some people still tell me I'm cocky, But for the most part, I don't get that anymore. I'm actually told I'm really humble.
Right. No, that's what I get from it. I would say a lot. It's easy for like the common person to mistake cockiness and confident. And it's like you're certainly confident. And you should be, because it's like you created what you're doing. So why would you not be confident in it? You know. Like,
here's the thing, guys. I think it's very important to. There's a fine line. Quickly, there's a fine line between cocky and confident. But I know it's extremely important in whatever you do to be confident.
bro,
You have to have that, and it's like that fine line. There's no way to really to measure it, but you just can't be cocky.
yeah.
A quick example: I met this girl this morning. Okay, I met her at the gym. She's one of my friends. This is her bodybuilding coach, and she was so perfectly like confident, like extremely confident, but she wasn't cocky.
Yeah.
Bro, she even like put her hand out, like perfectly, like shake my hand. She's like, "Hi, I'm so and so," and I was just like, "Wow." I was like, "You're a professional for sure."
Yeah. No, that's it's important, man. People skills. That
I
was the
believe in
biggest
her
thing I
now.
learned
Like,
from
shoot,
school.
I would hire this lady to coach me.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that about, because I like when it comes to the gym, like I know like quite a bit. I don't know everything. Nobody does, but I know quite a bit about the gym. But the whole point is like this lady, and it's also like the way like she like looks, right? Too, like she looks very muscular.
Yeah.
And like clean, you know, and like good gym clothes. But basically the whole point is like she hit me with such confidence that I ended up sending my friend a text back like, "Hey, I just met your coach randomly at my gym,
Yeah.
and I think you have a good coach." Like,
Oh, yeah.
like I told her exactly what I told you. Like she shook my hand. Like she didn't just like, it's the way like she like put her arm out. I was like, damn. I was like, that's impressive, because not everybody. No offense to women, but not every woman knows how to shake a hand.
Right.
Like
Well,
she
shit,
shook
not
my
even all
hand
guys,
like
eh?
a business lady, you know?
Yeah. No,
Like,
totally.
I can't, like, it wasn't like a weak handshake. It was like boom, and I was like, damn, I like this girl already.
Bro, that's important, man. That was one thing I taught my son too. Is like, you got to know this. You got to know how to shake. I was like, because you're a little kid, shake people's adults' hands as hard as you can. And I was like, until you get older, like ease up. But like, as you're a little kid, just fucking shake their hand as hard as you can. You know, and it's like, and it's funny because he's met
It's
a lot
that
of
connection.
Yeah, he's met a lot of important people. I'm like, you make eye contact and whatever, and he's just like, bam, and
eye contact's huge,
bro, and they're just
bro.
like shocked, like, whoa, like, where does this kid get this from? And I was like,
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, bro, like, I want you to notice when you do and don't do this. Notice people's reactions, and literally 100% of the time, people go, whoa, where'd you get that handshake? And he just kind of smiles. I'm like, see,
That's
man,
good.
like, listen to, like, notice they're listening of you now. Like, listen to how, notice how they listen to you now.
Oh my god, dude!
It doesn't matter how old you are,
You
you
brought
know,
up
like-
another huge point, and it's so simple, and it's something I'm working on. I mean, I think everybody can work on this.
Mhm.
It's really simple. Just listening.
Damn.
Yeah, man, but it's so
Yeah.
true, dude.
Bro, it's one of the hardest things for most people. I think, I mean, it seems, I'm just speaking from my own experience, you know? Like,
I'll just I'm not going to give an example, but the whole point is like I have been working, and I still am. And it's a work in progress. I mean, everybody should do it, really, because a lot of people are talking more than they realize.
yeah.
You don't want to be like silent in the room, but looking back on certain things in my life, sometimes the smartest people, bro, they were just listening
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
whole time. And one thing I heard from, I think it was a client, I don't know, but they're like, well, God gave us, 2 ears and one mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shoot, that's so true.
Right.
Like,
Should we
like I
listen
said,
more
I try to be
talking?
very careful about like not talking about politics, ethnicity, or religion, even though we ended up talking a little bit about all those today.
Right.
But the big thing is like, whatever you believe in, the whole point is like, you just need to listen, man. Like it's right there. Like just
Yeah, that's true.
like
There's
there's a
an
little
ear on the
emoji. There's a little emoji,
Yeah.
And to be honest, I even need to remind myself that
Mhm.
I just need to listen more. Like to my girlfriend, listen. To customers, listen. To you, listen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like literally, bro. I watched a podcast from a detailer before I came here, and one thing I really admire is his name's Jimbo. I've talked about him multiple times on this. The same with Gary Vee is like he's a good listener,
Yeah.
which makes him a really good podcast hoster, and so are you. Like, you're a good listener.
I
You know,
appreciate it. Yeah. I feel like that's the access to being able to ask like the good next leading questions. And I feel like if we're able to ask good questions, then it brings the best out of the next person. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if I were to just ask you about, you know, some basic shit, you don't have the opportunity to like explain the greatness of what you do. So it's kind of like how I see this is like, because for me with my swimming business, it's a high end swim business.
You are a high-end
It's
swim
gonna
business.
be the most expensive one you're gonna find. Like it's just like that. You're gonna get what you pay for, 1 billion trillion%. But like,
and because I know you, I know that's true.
bro, I'm not gonna fucking thank you. You know, I'm not gonna claim it or do it if I don't really mean it. You know, and it's like. But for me, I feel like my word is so important, and there's literally small things, and if I don't do it, and even though I said I was gonna do it, I feel crazy. So literally, it's kind of wiped off that mirror right there, but it says pay hospital
guy, $500.
yeah,
$5.
$5. Yeah, and that was from like 3 months ago. I just wrote that yesterday, and he was like. This guy, I didn't have any fucking way to pay the guy because they only would take cash or card, and I didn't have or check or card, and I only had cash. And I was like, fuck, bro, like I can't pay you. Then I'm sorry. Like that was all we were
Who
there for
doesn't
an
accept
emergency.
cash?
The valet at the fucking hospital, it was weird, bro.
There must be a reason why. By the way,
I'm sure there is, but like. So
I
he's
think
just
it's a
like,
corruption thing, but I don't know.
Probably, I don't-
You know what I mean?
So-
Like it could just be one of those things like that we don't accept cash because this one time this guy like didn't have
pocketed and blah blah blah.
You see what I'm saying? Something like that.
No, so they or no, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. They only accepted cash or check, and I only had card, and there was no way for me to go get money right there.
That
That's what
makes
it
a lot
was.
more sense.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. That's what it
There's
was.
nothing wrong with that.
Right. So yeah. No, there's nothing wrong. So I was just like, fuck. Like, sorry. I literally. What am I gonna do? You know. And the guy's like, fine, just go. I was like, I promise, I'll pay you back. And he's just like, yeah, whatever, bro.
I
He
think
didn't
you
even-
should.
No, I'm gonna. That's why it's written on my mirror.
What's the chances that we're talking about this and somebody gave you $5 donation? To that?
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
bro.
Like,
That's why that's so funny. I'm like, yo, this is funny, but such
karma's
a small
real
thing,
too, man. It's gonna help you in the long
bro.
run.
I could easily ignore that, or I can't.
I can tell it's
anymore.
bothering you. In fact, it's kind
Yeah.
of bothering me too. I'm almost like, let's go find this guy.
Yeah,
right
like
now.
let's just go. Exactly, let's go give him the money. Yeah, you know? Totally. So it's like I'm 100% gonna do it. There's no question. But it's
know what'd be
like
cool,
keeping
too,
that
though?
word. You know,
like what everybody's different, but if he has like a genuine like, dude, like wow, like you actually came back and paid me like 90 days later, like
right?
they could change. Like it's not gonna change his whole life, but it's gonna definitely like help his perspective and realize like that not everybody's bad.
Right.
You know?
No, completely, bro. Totally, man. Yeah, no, absolutely. Shit. So let me see. We can either take a quick break real quick or just wrap. Let's break real fast and then let's wrap this up actually here. Cause yeah, there's like one last thing I want to get into here
Sure.
with you, and then we'll keep going here. All right, 1 second here. We'll be right back.
Damn, dude.
All right, we're back. Thank you, everybody. And again, we're back with Diego from Onyx Audio. That's at ONIX. Did I say audio? Or did I say? Oh my god, bro! I'm like promoting some dude we probably fucking never met.
It's probably a business.
It probably is. If that guy's cool, sure, go check them out. But I don't know them.
I can't vouch for him,
I
though.
can't vouch for them. We can't vouch for them. But if that's even a real company,
Bro, he just sold 2 subwoofers from that.
I know, man. Bro, you owe me. I want some. At least give me a fucking just one sub. Just give me a 10 or 12. That's cool. No, but we're here with Diego at Onyx Auto. I don't know why, man. ONIXAUTO. Instagram, TikTok, wherever.
Sure, I
all
mean,
over
if they're into TikTok.
YouTube. Yeah, this guy's everywhere, man. I think that's really, really cool. So I guess ultimately, like, what direction do you want to see your business, and do you want to see just the whole or see the whole state of detailing go?
Cool. Well, before I answer that, I just want to say thank you, Calvin, for all these good questions.
Ah, thank you, bro.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Like I appreciate you taking the time, and I see that they're written down. And like no bullshit, you're giving me good questions.
Awesome.
So you
man.
asked me
Good.
where I see the future of my personal business and the industry.
Yeah, however you want to take that. Yeah,
Well, it's actually 2 different questions in one.
for sure.
Okay, I'll talk about me, and then I'll talk about the industry.
Yeah.
I am now a detailing instructor. And it started simply with a guy asking me about a private lesson. I gave him the private lesson, and now I'm teaching not just one person. I'm going to teach 12 people at a time.
Bro.
Damn, dude.
Thank you. And we're going to get it up there too. We're going to we're it's coronavirus, so you don't want to get too many people, you know.
Right.
But like I'm willing to do 20.
Yeah.
Like so I'm going to become an instructor, and then also I'm not really doing too much car washing. It's only this fancy ceramic coating, and where the industry's going, and now I'm having an influence on it, which is like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like you know, I'm going to stay as humble as I can, as however far I go. It's coating, right? So it started with ceramic coating. I guess the new one is graphene. And one thing I learned, and this applies for other people too, is like always go to like you want to go to like at least once a year to like the biggest trade show.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it's coronavirus, so there is no trade show. And luckily the last time and the only time I went to see him was 2019 in November.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
right before.
Oh, bro.
Damn.
Oh my God. I got lucky.
I bet. Yeah.
I felt bad, man. Like, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm so far ahead of all the other guys doing my business in San Diego that it's not even funny. I don't like the word competition. I mean, I like the word competition. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't have competition in my business because, like, well, simply put, like, my clients are very loyal. And I've also learned, like, if I go try to steal, like, let's say you have the same business as me, I try to steal your clients. Well, they're not going to switch over because, like, there's something that you're giving them and they trust Calvin.
Yeah.
People, like, trust is a big deal. Like, they trust you. They don't know who I am. It's that simple.
Yeah. No,
So that's why I don't
everything.
think there's competition.
Yeah. That
Because,
word of
like,
mouth is untouchable. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I actually have, like, a low-key sales rep. My buddy Fonzie, so shout out to you, Fonzie. And he's got me, like, I don't know, like 10 ceramic jobs. And, like, bro, we're talking like these are $700 jobs each.
Damn.
But he has such a big... People trust him. I trust him.
Yeah.
So other people, when he says, like, Diego's the guy to go to. Oh, you bought a new car? Go to my friend Diego. Every single time. And just so you guys know, like, and I have, like I said, I'm very honest. I'm very transparent. I have nothing to hide. Like, I hook him up. Sometimes I wash his truck for free.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wash just anybody's car for free. Like, that's very rare.
Right.
But
right.
he's helped me gross over $7,000 in like the past, like, probably year. Like, that's kind of a
Yeah.
big deal. You know, like,
Yeah,
one friend
it's
helps
only
get
fair.
$7,000. Yeah. And like I don't mind buying him like free food and stuff like that. He's low key like art. And it's not like it's a secret, it's just low key he's like the sales rep.
Yeah.
You
For
know?
sure.
And then it's not just like that 7,000 that he helped me make. And I don't like to talk about numbers too much, but that just happens to probably be what it is, you know, like just to give some like context to this.
Yeah.
But like the ripple effects of like how many other people like found out about my business and like how much that might help me down the line, like it's huge. It's a lot more than like 7,000, you know.
Yeah, bro. That long term is where it's at.
Oh,
like,
dude,
kind of like we were talking about earlier.
man, yeah. And like I'm sorry, it just hit my brain.
Yeah, no.
I'm just so happy that I got this far in my business that like this is like a real thing, like in the sense of like the biggest thing that changed my business is one day his name is Brett from Shiny Jets. He details like airplanes and stuff. And he like called me out like 2 years ago and was like, hey, let's meet up for a coffee. I just want to talk to him. I'm like, okay. And I kind of went into the meeting like, and he had Ceramic Pro. I didn't have Ceramic Pro yet. Which, you know, long story short, Ceramic Pro is like a really big deal to have. Like, it's just simply put, it's an exclusive product. So if you have it, like, it's good. It's good that you have it. Like, you can do a lot with it.
Yeah.
Because other people like want to talk to, like, other detailers really care about what I have to say. Like, how the hell did he get this product? Like, I don't know how he did it. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's kind of, I don't want to use the word leverage because it sounds like kind of dirty. It's not. It's just like you have like status in your industry.
Totally.
So anyway, he's like, Diego, he's like, I see you're posting all these videos about the gym. I said, yeah. He's like, bro, are you getting paid to go to the gym? I said, no. I was like, what if you started to make videos and put out content about you just detailing cars? Like, just keep doing that. Do it for a year and see what happens. And, you know, out of that, I ended up getting Ceramic Pro. I ended up getting a shop within a year. And now, like, you know, I have power in the sense that, like, I mean, I got access to, like, you know, Lamborghinis and Ferraris and stuff. And the reason that's power is like, bro, if you're a musician, I'm not like trying to like, you know, like I'm sorry, I don't want to help everybody out. It's the truth. I just don't have time to it. but if let's say you're a musician, I would help you out and I can get you in front of a beautiful house and have a Lamborghini there. And I know you already have like access to like the beautiful houses because you teach the swim lessons.
Yeah.
But the truth is, bro, and I didn't know this until my dad said, he's like, well, you know, like in movies and stuff or in music videos, like it's easy for them to like film in like Balboa Park. But you know how hard it is for them to get like access to like a $500,000 car.
Yeah.
Or even a $250,000 car because it's how much a Lamborghini Huracan costs. And then have like a bougie ass, beautiful, clean home. That's like probably a multi-million-dollar home here in San Diego. Like it's not easy to get that.
Right. Yeah, you have to be trusted to be let
There's a lot of
into
trust,
there.
you
Yeah,
know? And it's bro, because listen, the reason I got into high-end cars is like I would literally go to La Jolla and ask people to work on their cars for free to make a commercial.
Yeah.
Every single person said, no, I couldn't make that video happen. It took me years.
Wow.
But once you do one, like you got it. And then now then
you're
you can
in.
get other Lamborghinis. So you get one Lamborghini, you get more than one. But like the first one, like the first person to trust you, I don't know about you and your swim business, but I'm sure the first client was kind of hard and then it just slowly gets easier.
Oh yeah, I had to give him out for free at first just to establish that, like, whoa, this guy's really fucking good. Like that was I just kind of accepted. Fuck, like
In
fuck
my
it, you know?
in my particular situation, bro, people that own Lamborghinis, like they won't just let anybody touch their car.
Absolutely,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
No, I
you know
feel
what I mean? Like and I like,
definitely.
same with the swim lessons,
Oh,
bro.
same.
Like,
It's like they're not gonna let you touch your baby. Like I'm
That's
working with
what I'm
like
trying to
6-month-old
say.
kids.
Exactly.
You know, like
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a lot of trust involved.
Oh, major.
And the crazy part is like now, if I give you my 6-month-old, like I wouldn't even like stress about it. You know, first of all, I don't have a kid,
Yeah.
but I would literally trust you with my 6-month-old baby. And the you know how it ties to me is like the fact that like people like just hand me the Lamborghini and the keys, right? And like it's just like another day.
Yeah. No, bro, absolutely. I recognize that about you huge. That's why, like, when you first came in and you're talking about, like, the drinks and electronics, I was like, bro, not even worried about you. Like, you know how to handle shit, you know? And that's that trust that, like, same thing. It's like, it's kind of funny because I remember when you would detail motorcycles, I would see sometimes you would take the seat off and you would get every little piece. And I was just like, I wouldn't trust every person to go and disassemble my seat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that registered with me. I was like, whoa, like, damn, like I would trust Diego. Like, he clearly knows how to use a screwdriver and all these, you know, the basics. And you know,
and
not
bro,
even
you don't want
that-
to get the back. Like there's electronics underneath the seat. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
but
There's
but
a lot of
I
shit
realize
going on.
that, you know?
Yeah.
So
No.
I thank you for noticing that because
Yeah.
it's true, bro.
No, bro. I
could
totally
mess up you
get
if you had a
that.
Harley, because I usually tend to detail Harleys.
That's what I got in the backyard right now. Actually,
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Like, bro, you got to be careful about like mixing water and electronics. Like, but not
Yeah.
everybody knows that.
Yeah, no, or shooting air filters, or fucking like jetting a fucking, you know, gas line, or something with the power washer or something. You know, just like little things like that, or you know, it's important. But it's like you can tell when you have that detail orientedness and you have that certain touch with things. It's like the same thing when somebody knows how to use tools. You could tell immediately when they just grab them, and how they look at them and how they move around them. And it's like there's not this like roboticness to it. It's
Awkwardness.
just, yeah, it's like, well, fuck, like if you throw me a fucking pile of ratchets and a wrench, like I know exactly, my hands are automatic. Like I already know what to do. Like there's no fumbling or weirdness. Like I'm just, okay, like where do I go? You know, there's like, I don't know, that's cool. I see that and I respect it. And I think that's dope. And like, I'm still
That's a good
discovering.
perspective.
Yeah, bro. No, I think it's cool. I'm still figuring out how to put that into
You
this
know who
craft
loves to
of
watch me work?
podcasting. So
Guys that are hands on, they love it. Bro.
no, totally.
And actually,
I get that from your videos.
yeah, especially like now, like I've been doing this for a while, but it's funny. Like now, I like people like listen to me more.
Yeah.
But I've always been the one to like. Well, no, not always, but recently in the past couple years, let's say the past 5 years, the first 5, I was like, I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, I was making good money, but I was like afraid to show stuff. Like I was like, I don't want people to know how to make this car look so good.
Yeah.
But the past couple years, and I've actually got a lot more clients and like kept clients and made customers this way, is like I tell them what I'm doing while I'm doing it.
Yeah, bro, I do. Fuck, that's so big, dude. Being able to call yourself out, like we were kind of just talking about earlier. Like,
I could buff this car and be
Bro.
like, Calvin, like, how's your day going? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, just so you know, like, I'm buffing your paint right now. But this is normal. Like, I'm just like, it's slowly going to get better.
Right.
But what I'm doing is I'm letting this pad, like, you know, I'm starting to talk like I'm actually buffing the car.
Yeah.
But the point is, bro, my first ceramic job, like, I learned on YouTube. Like, I wanted to go to like a school to do this fancy ceramic stuff. And I was charging like $500 or $600 for this car. Like, it's a lot. up from like 100 or 200. Like
Yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna lie, 500 or 600. Like that's the cost of like a very small room here in San Diego. Like I'm talking about like the rent price for like a month. You know, like that. There's a lot of
Right.
money on the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's just like it'd be like a room like this big, right? Like,
Yeah.
like that. That's like the fair rate. It might be more.
Pretty
It might
much,
be like
yeah.
$700. But anyway, the whole point is, bro, I was so confident because I've been detailing for so long. I was telling the customer what I was doing while doing it for the first time.
Wow, that's awesome.
Looking back on it, it's crazy, and I still
Yeah.
I still take care of his car. This is 4 or 5 years later.
That's awesome.
He bought his car in 2016. So yeah, like 5 years later, I'm still doing his car. And I was like this. I was like, well, Mr. Customer, yeah, this is how you put it on ceramic. I was like,
Yeah.
here we go. And in my head, he's like, oh wow, that's how you do it. I'm like, yeah. In my head, I'm like, bro, it's my first time.
Right, like I hope this works. Dude, no, I could.
And he
totally
knows.
relate to
I'm sure he knows it too. I
Yeah.
mean, because he got a very, he was very particular. But because I had so much, I wasn't just like, it wasn't my first time touching a car. You know,
Right, yeah.
I had already done thousands of cars to that point, so I understood the principle. But at the same time, it's the first time I actually used. And just so you know, like there's a huge difference between putting on a wax and a ceramic. Like, bro, if you don't take the ceramic off, like you're doing permanent damage to the car. You have to sand it, like
Right.
literally, like use sandpaper to get it off.
Yeah.
A wax, like you can just take a towel. I mean, that's it. Like you just take a towel to get it off. So like I was doing a permanent procedure to his car,
Yeah.
and I was talking to him and talking kind of to myself too, like what I was doing. With that being said, which is really cool. Like I love trades because like I'm in a trade, you know.
Yeah.
If you're a tattoo artist, maybe it's the first time you use like a certain ink, right? Because like I have a little tattoo on my chest, and I know you have one right there, and I'm sure you have. I know you have another one on your chest too.
Yeah.
But the whole point is like, in this example, like if it's the first time you use like a color ink, and you've always only done black and white, like, well, they have a better chance of doing that tattoo correctly than I do because I've never done a tattoo at all. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So like I would be the one to trust the most with like this new product on a car because like I just have so much experience working with other things, which is
Yeah.
why I love trades. You know?
Yeah,
Because
no,
like
same.
I would trust you to like learn a new procedure in swimming and teach me how to do it, than me to like just jump in the water and be like, all right, how do I do this new thing?
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. I agree. And I think it's so important to be able to call out what you're doing while you're doing. This is a big point in how to establish trust when you're brand new. This is really what this is about, is how to establish trust when you're brand new. And in my experience, it's very similar like what you're saying. Like what I do now, I consider myself and can safely call myself a master at what I do. Like there's no question about
You
it.
are.
I've put in the hours, I've put in the years, I've put in my hands-on time. And I think that fuck, where's I going with this? What did you just say?
The
Oh,
reason
that was
you're a
really good.
master, bro, and I'm going to write this down, is because you have one thing that I think is very important in every walk of life. You have so much experience, bro.
Ah, yes. Oh, thank you.
I know I didn't
But
spell the word right.
oh, see, there's my alarm. Meditating. What am I grateful for? So when it comes to establishing trust early on, when you're new, that's what the point was. Is call out what you're doing while you're doing it, because then it kind of like puts everybody at ease. Like for me, I realized, because I'm working with babies and it's so sensitive, because like I'm literally communicating stuff into the baby's body and muscle memory, and the baby cannot speak or is not receptive to words. So I'm communicating things into the child's body that other people cannot see or understand what's going on. It's like all of a sudden, like that's why people will often be like, "Whoa, you know, baby magic! Like you just made my kid like do all these skills, and you didn't fucking
Like a baby whisperer.
yeah." I get called that a lot, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, I guess like I am. I see things that other people can't see. So what happens
I like
while I'm
that.
working is I'll literally tell them something's about to happen before it happens, but what happened was like, oh, before, so how it would start, for example, let's say I'm teaching a baby to float. I'll have their arms out or whatever, or their elbows are up, and I'm trying to make the elbows come down so they can float in the water. And I'll be like, all right, I'm trying to get his arms down so he can float better and have a better position. But now I've gotten so in tune with what I'm doing and practicing calling out what I'm doing, I could be like, watch this. His elbows are going to do this when I touch right here. And people will be like, what? And I'll be like, boop. And then the kid will do it. And they're like, how the, what? And I'm just like, I've done this enough times and I've explained it enough times that I can now, just like when you see this, a movie 1,000 times, you can kind of recite it word for word or learn the lyrics to a song. You know, it's like, you can now just kind of recite it and do it. And now it's not just in what I'm saying, but it's also in my muscle memory and in my skills. So
I love that example,
bro. Thank you.
I
man.
love
think
it because,
it's
and I even
crazy.
wrote it down, bro. It's the word experience, man.
Yeah, bro. It's everything, man. Like
Have you
you
ever
gotta just
noticed-
put the time in.
Exactly. Have you ever noticed on jobs, like they literally ask you for your experience?
Yeah.
No, I see why now. Like in
It makes
in
sense.
everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Bro, I just made a podcast about how I literally lied on every job application I ever had.
I think everybody has to get the first job.
Yeah. Oh, I kept doing it and I kept sinking myself in the deeper and deeper holes I couldn't climb out of. All of a sudden I'm supposed to be
Then it's not good to do that.
yeah, I'm supposed to be repairing computers and I'm just like, I don't even know how to fucking turn the thing on. Like, why?
Lord.
But that led to like having an anxiety attack and all this because I was just lying so much in my life that like it's led me to like what I love to do. I had to fucking go and have panic attacks and freakouts and all that in order to like circle back to like, whoa, like what I really wanted to do was help people. I wanted to be a firefighter and then I broke my skull, neck, and back. I'm like, how can I help people? And with the position I'm in,
Bro, I think you could help people bigger if you do this.
I think so too,
you know
bro.
what I mean?
I've
Like
saved
you could.
so many lives proactively to where it's like people didn't have to get injured to see me. I was there before any injury happens, and I'm like, it's like my job's proactive rather than reactive.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so.
It's like the
fucking
difference
cool.
between like showing up at the ER, or you had that first aid kit to begin with.
Exactly.
Like, let's say I cut my foot, for example. This really happened on a sailboat going to Catalina. And I just wish I had a first aid kit, but we didn't really. We kind of had one, but I could have ended up in a worse situation if that cut would have got infected.
right.
you know?
Yeah. No,
Like-
exactly.
Like you teaching the kids to swim, like it avoids like it coming down to that.
Right. It's just preventative measures, and it's like, the more it's like how they say it's like if you're prepared, you don't have to get ready. If you stay prepared, you don't have to get ready.
Everything, man.
You
It
know
goes
what I'm
back to the
saying? Like,
planning, like prep.
right.
Let me give you a
Just
quick
good to go.
example.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I have to go do a full detail. I get to go do a full detail.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. And it's a normal client. Like I see him once a month, but I always get everything ready the night before.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I want your listeners to hear is that when you get things ready the night before, I have my food ready already in my fridge because I meal prep. First of all, it's healthy, but second of all, it's just like the convenience, like just to know, like, oh, I got my food. Like, bro, we're humans, we got to eat.
Right.
And when you're hungry, you don't make the best decisions. With that being said, like I get all my tools ready because I'm in like a tool business, right? Like
Yeah.
like I need tools to work, kind of like construction. So I get that all ready the night before, and then bro, there's just something about waking up. I know I have to be at his house at 8:30. I'll probably hit the gym a little bit ahead of time. I'm so lucky, man. I'm just so blessed that I get to like make my own schedule and like work things around that.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's probably
bro,
that's
that's
a big part
everything,
about having a
man.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I already know. I can tell you, I'll be waking up at probably like 6:45, and then I'm gonna slam a coffee because, it's just how I am. Like I need some kind of caffeine to kind of get going. You know,
Yeah.
and it's cold nowadays too. Like it's that coffee
Yeah. It
is gonna
feels
sound
good.
so good. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And anyway, then I'm gonna go to the gym, lift weights. I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. Then go straight to his house, and like I get to do a full detail in his car, get paid for it, and then. Remember how earlier in this podcast I talked about like doing a whole bunch of things that I'm good at puts me on fire? Well, I'm really good at the gym. I don't get paid to go to the gym. You know, I just like going to the gym and it just feels good. And actually, I kind of do get paid to go to the gym indirectly because I have my own like marketing company. And plus,
Right.
bro, if you look good on camera, in my case, like with my detailing company, bro, if you're like a big guy, I don't do steroids or anything, right? I'm very proud that I don't do that. It's not a good lifestyle choice. But the whole point is like if you're in decent shape and you look clean cut, like you like play the part of a guy that owns a high end detailing company like I do.
Right.
Like,
right.
so I kind of indirectly get paid for that. But the whole point is I go to the gym.
You have more opportunity when you look good.
Yes, sir. No, you do. You really do.
100%.
You really do.
100%.
And like I said, I'm happy you said that because like that's the truth. I know that because I have a clean cut, it's not just why I do, it's just how I am. That I have these situations that I'm in, like good situations.
Yeah.
So anyway, I really want to address this point is the fact that like I wake up, I go to the gym, I get my exercise in, I'm good at the gym. I did a couple bodybuilding competitions. Like I know what I'm doing in the gym, and I get momentum. That's the word, momentum.
Yeah.
And then I go to work. I'm really good. I'm gonna go like do a badass detail on this guy's he has like 2 cars, like a Mercedes SLS where like the doors open like this. They're called like the Gold Wing doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Gold Wing.
Those are
like
dope.
like a couple $100,000 car. Apparently the value is going up because they're like hard to find. And he's like a Raptor, and the Raptor's a badass truck. And then I'm probably gonna go home and probably do like some paperwork. I'll probably, because I'm so lucky because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm gonna ride my motorcycle, do a couple of laps. Now, like I've been doing multiple things that I'm good at, and then I have a fleet of cars I need to wash tomorrow night.
Dang.
And then I get to wake up Saturday, wash some more cars, and then I get, because I like using that word because you taught me that today. I'm gonna go sail my boat with my friends all Saturday afternoon.
Fuck yeah, dude, that's badass, man. I love it. That's your choice. You get to do that, and you've worked hard for that, right, man? Like that's awesome that you do take the time to celebrate and like and you know, like enjoy your accomplishments and why you do what you do. You know, that's the whole point. Is like, you know, it's like we gotta enjoy life, man.
You have to.
Too damn short. I heard this the other day. Life is too short when you enjoy it. Life is long as fuck if you don't. You know, right? Like,
Yeah.
bro, life is long and slow when you're not enjoying it. And I've been there. I'm sure you've been there in your own way. I'm sure everybody has in their own way. It's so long and so slow, and it just sucks when. So, how to get out of that? Be grateful. Fucking look at what you're good at. Go back to what you enjoyed as a kid for some guidance to point you forward and, you know, to your direction of what you like to do now. Enjoy what you love to do. Do all the things, discover, you know, get good at things, explore, have fun, travel, like we said, you know, like these things are so important. Like take the chance on starting a business. You can always go back and get a job at 50 years old, 60 years old. That's an option. But if you really invest in yourself, you're not even going to have to. You know, when you really invest in yourself, it's not even an option. So on that note, man, Diego, this has been absolutely killer, bro. I appreciate your time and you being here, man.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, bro, absolutely. And I look forward to whatever you want to create. And if you're gonna create your own podcast or anything, bro, like you already know I'm here to help. I'll show you everything I know, bro, because I believe in that too. And again, go find Diego at Onyx Auto, as in automobiles.
Damn, dude.
And make sure you go check him out. Follow him at Onyx Auto. He's got some cool shit going on there. And lastly, go leave us a review and a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TuneIn and Alexa, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Pocket Casts, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Podcast Index, Overcast, Castro, Castbox, Podfriend. And also you can start finding us on YouTube, actually, because we just started loading videos onto there. And if you're a listener, only you guys know that as of now. We're gonna wait till we got a lot of content on there before we really start announcing and pushing it. So that's what's going on. And I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. And Rooster Tail, take us out. That's at Rooster Tail Official, Rooster TALE on Instagram. Have a beautiful day, guys. Peace.